Welcome to James Clemens High School football. We'll be back with the Jets pregame show right after this. Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Darryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately. Avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at BankstonMotorhomes.com.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FallonSlone.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty. Greg Machin Photography is Madison's premier studio and is dedicated to making you look your best, offering everything from senior portraits to weddings. Greg Machin Photography provides the highest quality prints and services the industry has to offer. Call 461-0827 or visit them online at gregmachinphotography.com. Located at 8006 Old Madison Pike in Madison, Greg Machin Photography. The AHSAA reminds fans that we all play a role in the education of our students. Parents, fans, and people in the community all set an example for students, whether they are aware of it or not. Help set a positive example in everything you do, both at the games and in your community. Good sportsmanship is what sets your school apart. A public service message from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast. Keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports, Play Action Sports.
You're listening live to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kirk Pierce, just one member of the Tzatziki's touchdown team, missing Coach Johnny Johnson tonight. Coach, just want to tell you, I know you're listening out there. You're in Texas. Congratulations to your college coach for his induction into the Hall of Fame out there. It's your university, so congratulations. You are missed. But nevertheless, on to other things. Coach Brad Kimbrough in here with me in the booth and our producer extraordinaire. It is playoff time in Alabama. Last night was the kickoff of the playoffs for the state of Alabama, and we already know one score from 7A as Thompson shut out Florence last night in a big way down at Thompson. So Thompson moves on to the next round of the playoffs. But here at Madison City School Stadium, we've got a battle of our own. The visiting Hoover Bucks finished 4-6 on the season, 4-3 in Region 3 play. So they're fourth place, and they get to travel up here to Madison City School Stadium to take on the first place team out of Region 4. That's your James Clemens Jets. Bringing up right here, Coach Brad Kimbrough. Coach, this setup tonight has so many different storylines. We could talk about we could talk about Hoover and their record. We could talk about Birmingham Schools and their record against North Alabama, or we can talk about the coach. What do you think?
We can digress this in so many ways, and there's multiple storylines that go along with this, and we'll have to take the time to touch each one of them. I guess we should have the time to maybe at least brush over each one of them, right, in pregame. Sure. But there's so much to this, and on top of all that, just under the umbrella of playoff time.
Right.
I mean, you felt it. I got here early and I walked the sideline, and you feel it, the intensity of the playoff time. You feel that with the players. You feel it with the fans. You feel it with the coaches. I mean, I felt it up here in the booth. My stomach's in knots just knowing it's playoff time. It's a different atmosphere for us getting ready to do the show. Is. It's playoffs are just so different. It makes everything different. It just changes everything. The atmosphere is great. There's so much to it,
Well, the James Clemens Band is out there on the field, and I think we're about ready for the national anthem. We're going to take it to the field and listen to the national anthem, and then we're going to continue with our pregame coverage right here on PAS+. Let's take it to the field.
Our national anthem is performed by the James Clemens Marching Band under the direction of Keith Anderson and Assistant Director Brian Sims.
James Clemens Marching Band presenting our national anthem here on Veterans Day under the direction of band leader Keith Anderson. He's going to be our halftime guest tonight, and looking forward to talking to him.
Does anybody do it better than them?
No, man, it is fantastic. And just the day being Veterans Day, opening round of the playoffs, the national anthem. Whew. Just thank you to our men and women in all that they do for us in this nation and keeping us free. So
brother.
Thank you to all of you. Coach, again, we talked a little bit, just all the different storylines, but one storyline, talking about Hoover coming in, and we'll talk a little bit about James. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a lot about James Clemens, but I do want to get the Hoover stuff out of the way. I mean, there are so many storylines.
Sure.
You've got Coach Wade Waldrop.
Okay.
We know that name.
Yeah, it's familiar around town. Sure. Let's touch that first, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Right? I know Coach Johnson can speak volumes to him because he and Coach Waldrop are great friends. Coach Waldrop being the head coach at Hoover, but the guy spent 8 years here at James Clemens. He's probably the most recognizable name when you talk about James Clemens football. Spending 8 years here at the helm. The guy's like 54-35 as the head coach here at James Clemens. 6 winning seasons. He makes 6 playoff trips. So he's had plenty of time here. kudos to him and the job that he did while at James Clemens, really putting this program on the map and kind of really creating the culture and the structure and building the foundation that is James Clemens football today.
That's right. And then when you talk about Hoover as a team, they come in with a losing record.
Sure.
It's the first losing record for the 13-time state champion since 1998.
Right.
And that's huge for them, but don't take that lightly, because
No.
they're 4-6, 4-3 in region play. But in that region, in Region 3, they've got Thompson, Hewitt-Trussville, Vestavia Hills, Spain Park, Tuscaloosa County, Chelsea, and Oak Mountain. Imagine, some of those top teams. Imagine if you're Chelsea, Oak Mountain, and Tuscaloosa County.
Well,
they can't catch a break either.
Region 3 is that's not your mama's region, okay?
No, it's not.
That's not the average region. I mean, you can be a really good football team and not be number 4 in that region.
That's right.
That is a tough region to come out of. And
Spain Park.
Don't let a 4-6 record be deceiving. I mean, this is a very good football team.
Right.
Okay. Look back to 2 years ago, James Clemens wins the region, draws the number 4 Oak Mountain.
Yep.
Right? There's no gimmies in 7A.
No.
There's fewer 7A teams, right? There's fewer teams in 7A, let me say it that way, than there is any other classification in Alabama. So where in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A, even 6A to some degree, if you draw a 4, that's usually a gimme.
Right.
There is no gimmies in 7A. And now when you start talking about that Region 3 out of Birmingham, there is zero gimmies.
None whatsoever.
Especially when you're talking about a team like Hoover, who's evolved throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
So 4-6 is definitely deceiving. I don't care if they're number 4, okay? Secondly, we talked about playoffs being playoffs, right?
Yeah.
New season.
Yeah.
So you can throw records out the window.
Absolutely.
Every team that comes into the bracket is undefeated.
That's right. That's right.
So this is – don't talk about 4-6 record. That doesn't matter.
And those 6 teams that they lost to, they're all ranked, whether they're in the state of Alabama or the state of Mississippi.
Yes.
They're all ranked teams. So,
yes.
And now we talked about James Clemens. James Clemens being led by the quarterback, number 10. That is Ty Marsh. He's a captain tonight. And as a matter of fact, he is a permanent captain, voted on by the team to become the permanent captain.
Yeah.
Out there also, you've got Cam Berry and Jackson Kreider. They're both captains, and Big Nate Jennings. So they're led by Ty Marsh. Defense, offense, weapons. Talk to us about that, Coach.
I mean, the guys that we've been talking about all year long, right? I mean, Ty Marsh is a guy that he's going to have the ball in his hands every play, right, being at quarterback. Plus, he's a guy that I think you're not going to get voted permanent captain unless your teammates believe in you.
That's right.
I mean, he's a guy that your teammates want to follow, and I think he proved that last year coming up and filling that role while Gio Lopez was injured, having to fill in at times.
That's right.
He showed grit. He showed toughness. He showed the ability to step up, and guys want to rally behind a guy like that. Even if he didn't play well
That's
at
right.
times, he showed the grit and determination and the want to that guys want to play behind. We talk about our defensive line constantly, right? Jalen Brown, Nate Jennings, even Fred Poe, Big Papa Poe, who's come in there and allowed those linebackers and those defensive ends to free up and play. We talk about Mark Woods all the time. And then think about guys that we've started to mention in DJ Davis, who played well at times, Jalen Ruffin, right, who's come in there and played at times, Rose.
That's right.
It's a no-name defense at times, but with some big stars that can spread around.
The defense is allowing the average of 21.5 points per game.
They've done a great job.
So they're doing a great job. Hoover averages 25.2 points per game. So a little bit evenly matched as far as offense and defense tonight on the field.
Yeah, both teams feature their defense. Both teams have searched for identities offensively. And we'll talk about that as the game goes on. But, I told you earlier off the broadcast or off air that I've watched every film that we got available on Hoover.
Yeah.
And they did very much like we did. They're searching for an identity those first 4 or 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
I think they found it the last 4 weeks of the season. But they're looking for diversity. They're looking for a real identity in what they can do. So I think we're very evenly matched or very even in our search for ourselves. Does that make sense?
It does. Now you can see Hoover Bucks coming out there on the field. They won the coin toss and elected to defer, so we're going to see the James Clemens offense take the field to start us off tonight. We want to thank all of our sponsors, our North Alabama Gas District Scoreboard. We try to get you some scores for tonight's playoff action around. We've got Defensive Stop, sponsored by Woodward Decking and Fencing. Also, we mentioned Taziki's. They brought us our pregame meal, lamb burgers. Can't beat that. That's good stuff right there.
Can't beat it.
Part of the Taziki's timeout touchdown team. Of course, we got Taziki's timeout, the first timeout of the game, brought to you by Taziki's. We'll talk about, our Applebee's, tailgate talk, athlete of the week. We'll talk about Lawler's fan of the week. We'll have the Mellow Mushroom player of the game. All of our sponsors are back, and we want to thank each and every one of them for being a part of this James Clemens football here in the opening round of the playoffs and throughout the season. James Clemens comes out. They're going to, like I said, receive, and they are in the jet blue from top to bottom.
You
Coach,
love it. I know you love this.
I love it. I'm in my jet blue pullover, man.
It's not been great to us as far as win and loss this year. It worried me when I came down pregame and looked out there. I talked about looking at film, and I've had 2 weeks from my own perspective to game plan, okay?
Yeah.
All right? I'm not in the coaches' meetings. I'm not watching it and discussing it with coaches, but this is my own perspective, okay? Watching our film, watching our practice film.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Coach McGee knows that I've got access to our huddle account.
I love it. I love it.
But I'm watching our own stuff. Here's my keys to the game.
All right.
Offensively. All right, since we're going to be on offense first. We got to keep the ball on the ground.
Yep. Okay.
We've got to run the football. Cam Berry's done an excellent job. We've got to create a formidable running game tonight. And if we do that in Wildcat, if we do that with using DJ Williams and Cam Berry, it doesn't matter, but we've got to run the football, and we've got to do it consistently. 2, we got to throw screens and combat the pass rush from Hoover because they're going to have a great pass rush. Their defensive front is so strong. I mean, their front is big, fast, strong. I mean, they're going to get after us.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we're capable of holding up for 4 quarters up there. So let's use that pass rush against them. They're very susceptible, I think, to the screen. And then 3, when they start stemming and shifting, they do that a lot on the defensive front to try and draw you off sides. Let's catch them flat-footed. Let's do some quick counts. Let's snap it early. Let's catch them when they're kind of flat-footed or when they're shifting. Let's catch them in some tough situations and use that against them.
Well, that's Coach Kim Brew's 3 key takeaways for tonight as the kickoff is underway, and they have called a penalty already.
I like it.
Hoover, a little quick on the draw.
Hey, we'll take penalties too. I didn't consider that part of our game plan, but
we'll take them.
It's kind of a given, isn't it?
Yep. So back deep to receive, Ty Doty. They're going to kick it again. Also back there is you've got Cam Berry and Devon Cooper. Those are going to be your 3 back men trying to get the kickoff. So they're going to move Hoover back to the, 35-yard line is where they're going to go now. So that means Doty's going to move up to about the 10 and expect to receive. Now, you mentioned Berry and Williams. Berry comes into tonight, 617 yards on the ground with 6 touchdowns.
He's been great for us.
He has been. And DJ Williams right behind him with 395 and 4 touchdowns. And don't forget, Doty has 191 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns to go alongside his 674 yards receiving. Doty over there to field it, and it is going to go out of bounds. That's 2 penalties in a row by Hoover. I love it.
Obviously, they don't want to give Doty an easy kick to field, right? They want to try and pin him in the corner and make it easy for the coverage team. And, we didn't get around to talking about this earlier and really looking at the offensive-defensive matchups. We just talked about it briefly. We talked about us having similar identities. If we do have an advantage, and we mention this all the time, it's special teams.
Yeah.
Watching their game film, they use their kick game to kind of put some younger guys in and give those starters a break. We've talked about it before. We put a lot of our starters in on the kick game. So this could be a game where, we have a punt return or a kick return for a touchdown that makes a difference.
Doty is going to line up in the Wildcat. Marsh is going to go out. Doty's going to try to bounce it to the outside, and the quick rush is going to bring him down after about a 2-yard gain, brought down by number 20. That's Trey Sanders. Now, that is a guy that Coach Waldrop is high on.
Yeah.
Trey Sanders in that linebacker spot is somebody who has come on strong these past couple of games for Hoover.
And I'm telling you, he can play. He does a great job of running to the football. And, the guys that were playing there early in the year, first several games, that we don't see as often now.
Yeah.
They were good players.
Yes,
so it speaks volumes to the guys that are getting the start now on how well they're playing.
So you got Doty in the backfield along with Cooper. Now Berry. Now Doty's going to go to the far side. Marsh is going to take the direct snap, keep it himself, use those powerful legs.
Like a Ty Marsh.
Yes, he does. I love it. Ty Marsh gets it all the way out to about the 47-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for James Clemens.
Hey, that's something that Coach Johnson has wanted to see a lot this year. He's talked about seeing Ty Marsh, not a speed guy. Right? He's not going to outrun anybody, but he's strong. He's big, got a big frame. Let's take a snap, put his head down, and pick up positive yards. He picked up about 6 right there.
So James Clemens comes out with, looks like Cam Berry's going to take the pitch. He's going to get close to the 50, pushed
really
out of bounds
close.
short of the first down marker
Really
at the
close.
49-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and short by about a yard.
All right, what are we going to do right here?
So I think we're already doing what you suggested. Let's pound the ball and see what we can do. So it looks like Coach is going to.
Oh, look at this package. Look at this
like
package.
it. I
Nate
like it.
Jennings and Jalen Brown coming on the field for offense.
So you've got Devin Cooper in the backfield along with Ty Marsh, and now you've got Jennings and Brown. Usually on the defense,
Yeah.
we're going with the big guys. Marsh is going to go to the far side along with Cooper. Now Doty.
Both up backs.
He's got both of them as the up backs, and they're going to be blocking. Doty up the middle, first down. Gets across the 50 down to about the 45-yard line. First down, James Clemens.
I thought I was bad having 2 weeks to think about this, right? Look at what Coach Truitt has done with 2 weeks to game plan.
And Jennings and Brown are still out there on the field as Marsh is looking over on the sidelines, and I think we're going to see another tight run with those big fellas in the backfield.
You know, that's interesting because if you think about it, you think, if we go heavy package, who do we have for heavy personnel? You know, if you start thinking, who do we have? That's a good substitute for heavy personnel, having those two guys.
So Brown and Jennings up front.
set.
Doty gets by.
Doty had
broke
a
it.
chance.
Doty had that, brought down by number 7, Bradley Shaw, just by the shoestring.
Yeah, really.
He picks up 6 yards on that, down to about the 40-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. Need to get to the 36-yard line for the first down.
Man, I really like this. This is very creative by Coach Truitt right here to show them something that they have not seen at all. It's a surprise to us, too.
Absolutely.
Total surprise to us. We didn't see this one coming.
So Jennings and Brown still in the backfield. Now Marsh splits to the near side with Cooper to the far side. Doty in the backfield. Doty's going to take the direct snap, trying to find a way around. Going to be brought down short of the third. Well, they're going to give him the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he got it.
So first down, past the 35, down to the 34. So another first down by Ty Doty.
And, you know, our identity, we talked about offensive identity earlier in the pregame, right? Our identity has been a formidable running game and then try and get the ball into the hands of our playmakers in space and look for 3-4 big plays a game. We're not looking for big plays right now. We're looking for 3 yards. 3 positive yards of play, and if we get more than that, we get more than that.
Absolutely.
But I like this right here.
So you've got Jennings and Brown still in the backfield. Ty Doty, the up back or the back, direct snap, uses that speed, makes a cut.
He's got a cut.
Going to cut it to the 20.
He's at
down to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, James Clemens. Ty Doty from 34 yards out, direct snap. Jennings and Brown as the blockers, 2 Division I caliber defensive linemen as your blockers. Coach, you got to love that. 34-yard touchdown run by Ty Doty.
Hey, big time call, big time set. That's good football coaching. Props to Coach Truitt again. I know we've said it 3 or 4 times already, but showing them something different, keep giving them something different, and props to him for having the patience to keep going with Doty on that drive.
Kick is up, and it is good. Ortiz kicks, goes through the uprights with 9:06 remaining in the first quarter. James Clemens strikes first. 7-0 your score. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Darryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Kurt Pierce, Coach Brad, Kim Brew, Tim Lambert, our producer extraordinaire. 9:06 remaining in the first quarter here at Madison City School Stadium. James Clemens with a quick 7-0 lead on a 34-yard touchdown run by Ty Doty over Hoover. Now Hoover gets a chance to go on offense with their quarterback, Noah Schubach, and he's done some damage this year, so we'll get to see where he's going to have to start off. It's back deep to receive. I'm trying to get some numbers back there as it's hard to see.
Well, you got 6.
I can't tell that.
And,
Ortiz does a pooch kick.
No,
it's going to bounce.
It's going to bounce.
Get on the ball, James Clemens. Nobody was paying attention. Our Coach.
Guys say it's ours.
We'll see.
Guys are saying we recovered it.
We'll see. Waiting for them.
There's no signal from the officials yet. No signal from the officials.
So they did a pooch kick, and they're talking about it. Looks like it's going to be Hoover's ball.
He said they.
I can't tell. He said
it looks like he's signaling Hoover downed it.
All right, so Hoover downed it. Wait, I'm confused.
He didn't make a signal on possession one way or the other, and Coach McGee is definitely
Is he going to
wants
make
a
him
call.
kick it again?
He can't make that call.
No, he can't make that kick. There was nothing. Okay, so here's what happened. Ortiz did a pooch kick. It bounced at about the 35-yard line. Nobody was touching it. James Clemens wasn't touching it. Hoover wasn't touching it. And then finally, when everybody kind of started trying to...
There's a crowd.
There was a crowd, and we don't know who came up with the ball. Then the officials talked a little bit. And they're saying it was down. So it's going to be... Looks like it's... Are they going to re-kick it?
I know this. Coach McGee was not happy with the explanation. Coach Rich was extremely unhappy with the explanation that the white hat gave. And I think the white hat's doubting himself at this point.
Yeah, because they're going to make him kick it again.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little flustered with himself at this point. So we're re-kicking this thing. That's something you can't have in a playoff game because you're doing this, and the element of surprise is gone now for sure.
No, you got to have to kick it now. So he does another little pooch kick, but this one is going to be caught in the air at about the 28-yard line. Going to take a shot, number 19 does. It's a tab all the way out to about the 39-yard line? Yeah, okay, that's where he's going to be. So 1st and 10, Hoover from their own 39-yard line. And so now we get to see what Hoover's offense is capable of doing.
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to see out of Hoover. I mean, the best guess from the last several games is we're going to get kind of a wildcat look.
Well, that's a different quarterback in there right now. It's a direct snap. So it's going to be number 4 to Winston.
Yep.
The wide receiver took a direct snap, so he takes it out about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 to about their own 45-yard line.
Man, they can be dangerous in this set. I mean, 4, so elusive. And then whether it's 26 back there with him, if it's 0 back there with him.
Yeah, Dunson.
I mean, they can bring 6 in motion.
Dunson
they can
and
do
Emerson.
so much.
Yeah, they are deadly back there in the running back position. So looks like you're going to keep. Looks like he's going to go with a no huddle, and Dunson is going to be back there along with number 4,
and all behind
Winston.
That big offensive line.
That's a huge line.
Gosh.
You're right. So we're going to see what Jennings and Brown can do along with Poe on that front line.
Well, that front line for us has got to play really, really well tonight.
So Winston takes a direct snap again, got himself a hole, falls forward past the 50, down to the 49-yard line of James Clemens. So 1st down, Hoover. So it's like Coach Waldrop said, all right, Coach McGee.
Yes.
I like what you did.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do the same thing.
Absolutely. Hey, well, I see your 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and I'll match it.
I'll match it. So Winston back there again with Emerson or Dunson. So Dunson, the running back behind Winston. Winston gives the handoff to Dunson.
Play.
Yep,
nice
he's going to be brought down.
Nice play, D.
They're going to give him a yard, but that's being generous. So 2nd down and 9 as he got to about the 48.
Yeah, nice play right there, D. And that's what we got to do a better job of, is really, really winning at the point of attack.
So the bigger running back, Kamal Emerson.
Man, he is a big running back.
Comes in. He's got about 364 yards on the year.
He's powerful.
Winston is still back there taking the direct snap. He's going to throw it over to the sidelines. It's going to be met.
Big play.
Thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and they're going to bring him down for a loss on the play.
Is that Mark? No.
Woolen, big receiver for Hoover,
Dowdell.
makes the catch.
Dowdell.
And so Dowdell goes out there and just makes the stop.
Read it immediately and ran to it.
So that was a 4-yard loss right there because they were at 2nd and 9. Now they are at 3rd and 13.
Big play here, and I wish we would take some chances with our pressure packages in 3rd and long and just try to fluster this kid, see what happens.
So Winston back there with Emerson. Emerson going to block. Winston's got to get loose. He's coming out of the pocket, throws it off his back foot over the sidelines.
We'll take it.
Incomplete pass, 4th down.
Nice. Got a big stop.
Huge stop. So that is a Woodard decking and fencing defensive stop. Heads up, Coach Kimbrough. I love where your head's at.
My head's finally in the game, baby.
Here we go. So they're going to punt. Back deep to receive is Doty.
And this could be big for us.
Doty standing at about the 20-yard line. Now he's going to back up a couple of more yards. 7:13 remaining in the first quarter. It's a high, nice, tight spiral punt. Doty waves fair catch.
Good.
Fields it at the 12, 13-yard line. 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 13.
That's a great defensive stand. That's a good defensive series for us, right? We didn't let things come apart for us when the threads kind of started to unravel and they picked up some first downs. Don't let things kind of come apart. Just stay in the fight. Keep working at it. We get a stop out of that.
So check out the PAS Plus mobile app. It's your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. All you got to do is go online to pasplus.net for the download links. Now Marsh is in the pistol. He's got, looks like Barry behind him. Going to put Doty in motion. Doty goes from my left to right, from the bottom of the field to the top. Going to hand it off to Barry. Barry, the big running back, tries to make one man miss, puts the ball on the turf. It's picked up by Hoover. Are they going to say he was down? They're going to say he's in the end zone. They're going to say it was a fumble. They're going to say he was down. Or they're going to say he fumbled it at the 2-yard line.
Yep.
That's a huge turnover. Wow. So Barry basically took the handoff and got slung down. I thought, I'm going to be honest with you, of course we don't have replay, looked like the turf caused the fumble, but he must have had it loose before he went down.
Yeah, it was really hard to tell if he was down or not.
So now Hoover, 1st and goal from the James Clemens 2-yard line. So now Winston comes out as your quarterback. And you've got number 7 in the backfield, Bradley Shaw, who is a linebacker. So they're going to go big on their front line as well.
Look for him to take you right to the ball.
So 2 splits to the near side. And now the officials are calling timeout. So it's going to be an official timeout. No, James Clemens is going to call
James
timeout.
Clemens called this timeout. I almost wonder if Coach McGee wants to have a chat.
So what that does is take us to our timeout with Tzatziki's. You could have gone online at any point during these past couple of weeks and gone online to pasplus.net and entered your name for Timeout with Tzatziki's and listen doing our first timeout of each James Clemens game as we announce the winner of a $10 gift card from Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe just off of Highway 72 in Madison. And tonight's winner of our Timeout with Tzatziki's is Jesse Woolby.
All right, Jesse
Woolby, congratulations. You are our Timeout with Tzatziki's. Thank you for going online to pasplus.net and entering your name to win tonight's $10 gift card from Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe just off of Highway 72 in Madison. All right, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Hoover after the fumble recovery by James Clemens.
Man, what a tough spot to be in, right?
Really
after
is.
a great first drive for us offensively and then get a stop. Tough to turn it over right there.
Handoff right up the middle to big number 7, the linebacker. Shaw, he's in the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, it's just too easy of a spot right there for them to be in. We do have some laundry, though, in the end zone.
Could be celebration, could be holding, could be anything.
Tough to tell right there.
So let's see what the officials say. 6:49 remaining in the first quarter. So touchdown's good. Whatever it is, it's against Hoover.
Unsportsmanship.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what they did.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm sorry.
So 2-yard touchdown run by Shaw with 6:49 remaining in the first quarter. So number 90 is Dabes. How about that?
Okay.
I like Dabes.
I trust you.
He's going to line up. He's doing all the kicking duty for Hoover, just like Ortiz does for James Clemens. So now they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Do you move it back now, or do you take it off the kickoff?
I think you take it off the kickoff.
All right, that's what they're going to do. Here we go. Official says, let's go. Now, Davies gets ready to kick the extra point. Kick is up. It's through the uprights, and it is good.
Man.
So with 6:49 remaining in the opening quarter, we're all knotted up at 7 apiece here at Madison City School Stadium. You're listening to James Clemens Jets High School Football on PAS Plus.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops, locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert, our producer extraordinaire here at Madison City School Stadium, and they did assess the penalty on the kickoff, so Hoover is going to be kicking off from their own 25, which can only be good for us.
Yeah, you would assume so.
So we'll see what happens.
It should turn out in our favor.
So here we go. Doty back deep to receive, standing at about the 20-yard line.
Going back to the fumble, turnovers will kill you in any game, right? You want to eliminate turnovers in any game, but certainly in a playoff game, certainly a game of this magnitude where you have two teams that are so evenly matched, you got to eliminate those turnovers, especially when you're on your side of the field. So hopefully that's the only one we'll see of the night.
So Coach Waldrop has decided to put in another kicker, someone different than Davies. Davies kicked off earlier, so now it's going to be number 89,
front line
Grant Wayhall. And what a boot! That's why he did it. And it's going to go out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Wow, what a kickoff, though.
Wow.
That's why he flipped it. So he kicked it all the way down to the 1, and then it went out of bounds right behind the pylon.
Man, they're a yard away from that turning out big for them.
Huge. So James Clemens will take over, 1st and 10. Yeah, you got to put it all the way at the 50. That's right. Because he kicked it out of bounds way over there. Yeah.
That came so close to paying off for Hoover.
It really did. All right, so now, looks like, is that Barry in the backfield? It is.
Yep.
Single step back. Everybody else is split to the near side. Trips.
Give it to Barry right away. Let him make up for that fumble.
So Barry takes the direct snap, is going to keep it. He's got that one in, hugged up tight. Bounces off one tackler.
Good run.
Falls forward for a nice 5-yard pickup all the way down to the 46-yard line of Hoover. So it's going to be 2nd and about 4 for James Clemens.
So we've seen 3 different guys take direct snaps now, right?
Yeah.
Barry, Doty, Marsh.
So I see that. What's going on is that's not giving Hoover's line enough time to react.
No, and your linebackers can't key on certain individuals.
So looks like Barry is in the backfield again, trips to the far side, going to keep it himself, go to the far side, falls forward for a nice 2-yard pickup. So he's going to bring up 3rd down, 3rd and short for James Clemens.
Yeah, 3rd and about 5 here. Let's see what we do. Here comes our big boys.
So Jennings.
And Marsh back in the game.
Yep, you got Jennings and Brown coming in.
Is that for Forey?
No, that's number 82 for James Clemens. That is
Didn't catch that.
Achenbach.
Achenbach.
Isaac Achenbach coming in. He's a big fella, too.
Big guy.
6'5", 225.
Beefy.
So you got a lot of blockers up there for Doty. So Brown and Jennings in the backfield. They're the up blockers. Now Doty's going to try to reverse field. Nope, he's going to be brought down. Loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, he's looking for a cutback lane there, and Hoover's front did a good job that time of just filling gaps and kind of fence drilling it, stringing it out, and letting the help kind of run to it.
So it brings up 4th down and 6. Maybe 7. So we are going to punt. I don't think there's any other option there. So Ortiz is going to go back there to punt. Back deep to receive is number 12 for Hoover. Not really seeing. I don't even have that guy on the roster, so it doesn't matter. It's Hoover. Number 12. Ortiz, his punt. Nice punt over, kicks away from the return man. Bounces at the 15-yard line, and it takes a Hoover bounce. But we field it at the 17. Yeah, so he was able to get down there. Yeah, that's Clay's son. Yep. Clay Coleman's son down there fielding that punt.
Long snapper.
Yeah. Was able to keep it from bouncing back and taking a better Hoover bounce. So you can follow PAS Plus or PAS Network on X, Instagram, and you can also look for PAS Network on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores via ScoreScreen tonight and throughout the week, and we'll get you an update on our scoreboard here in just a little bit. As Hoover comes out, trips to the near side, Winston in the backfield along with Dunson. Winston's going to take the direct snap around the far side, tries to get around the corner. He does.
He got the edge.
And he is past the 50, cuts across the middle, still on his feet. Finally brought down at about the 38-yard line.
Great job by Brody Stinson of just hanging in there, because when he made that cutback into the hash, if he makes that move around Brody, there's no chance that anybody's going to bring him down.
And it's coming back because there is a penalty flag on the play.
We're good.
So I love that.
Absolutely.
That allows us to reset.
Well, that time he's waiting to get the edge and waiting to get the edge and waiting to get the edge. And Dowdell was really fighting out there on that edge. And then all of a sudden his shoulders get turned and he takes the edge. So you almost wonder if the hold was out there, right?
I think it was, because it was the far side official that made the call. That's the flag over there. So you made the great call there, Coach, as that is the call against Hoover holding. And that's going to move them all the way back to their own 9-yard line. So huge gain negated right there on that holding penalty.
Couldn't happen to a better team.
I love it. Love it. Love it. All right, 1st and 17.
17.
17. 1st and 17 for Hoover from their own 9. Going to fake the handoff. Winston's going to throw it. Man, he's got a little bit of an arm.
Too much.
He had his defender beat, but Winston, pass intended for number 0, Dunson. He is the speedy running back out of the backfield on the wheel route. Overthrew it.
I'm telling you, they got a handful of guys that can absolutely fly. When you watch them on film, they are some track stars out there on the turf, and it's going to be tough to stay with those guys.
So you've got Dunson in the backfield. You've also got Jordan Woolen, who is the top receiver for Hoover, and he's actually not out there at the moment. So I like that.
Yeah, the less guys out there, the fewer we have to cover.
Unfortunately, Winston in the backfield. He's got Dunson. Winston's going to keep it himself again. Takes another man miss.
Nice.
Gets down to about a 3-yard pickup. Still short, way short of the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down and long for Hoover.
Yeah, 3rd and about 13 right here.
So back off into a zone coverage here. There's no sense in doing a man-to-man with these speedy receivers with that much distance on the first down.
You know, the other thing about man coverage is a lot of times that turns your back to the quarterback.
Right.
And with a quarterback that can run, you hate to do that in that situation because, that guy can pick up 10, 12, 13 yards for a first down in a hurry.
Before somebody turns around and sees.
Exactly, before your eye. So in a zone coverage, you hope that you can keep your eyes on that quarterback if he starts to scramble.
And that's exactly what we've done. You can see the coverage back here. You've got Woods and you've got Stinson laying back in the safe spot.
We're bringing an extra rusher.
Yep. They're going to push him out to the outside. He's going to be brought down. Sack! Yeah! Sack! Who is that? Bringing him down. Oh, I'll let you make the call.
That's Mr. Jalen Ruffin.
Jalen Ruffin from the far side defensive end position with the sack. It's going to be 4th down as Hoover is going to have to punt from their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, and that guy's in a dangerous spot right now. He's about a 1.5 feet off the back of the end zone when he takes this snap.
So huge defensive stop there for James Clemens.
And we blocked it! It's blocked out of the back of the end zone!
It's blocked!
Yeah!
Safety!
I can't tell who got to it. We had 2 guys coming, and I can't tell who got a hand on it.
Safety! Defensive stop brought to you by Woodard Decking and Fencing, and then a safety brought to you by the defensive front of this dog-fighting defense, swarming dog-fighting D of James Clemens.
Oh, guys, I want to tell you who got their hand on it. We had 2 guys coming. Maybe Davis, maybe Ruffin.
I don't know, man. It was a lot of people in the backfield.
I want to be able to tell you who got their hands on the ball.
But nevertheless, the outcome stays the same. 2:53 remaining in this opening quarter, and that safety puts James Clemens back on top 9-7 with the ball.
We're getting the ball back.
That's huge.
Man.
That is huge right there.
Woo! Big stop right there.
All right, so now they're going to have to punt or whatever they decide. It looks like they're going to kick off.
Kick from there.
Yeah, they're going to kick from their 20. So Doty and Cooper are going to go back to probably about their 25-yard line, 30-yard line. Yeah. So now that number 90, Davis is kicking again for Hoover, which I got to be honest with you,
Not sure which one to go with now, are you?
Honestly.
Flip a coin.
I just tell you. Coach White, look at that high end-over-end kick. Doty's going to field it on the run, running backwards at about the 15-yard line.
Set it up.
So looking, shake, makes two defenders miss all the way out to about the 30-yard line. So
that's still a good return.
Good return, 15-yard return there by Ty Doty all the way out to about the 31-yard line.
Well, give our offense a chance right here to just keep eating some clock, keep picking up yards. The most important thing is give our defense a rest, right? Defense is playing well right now. I mean, let's be honest. Has Hoover done a lot against our defense?
No,
our defense has gotten 2 stops.
Right.
The one they didn't get is when they lined up for one play at the 2-yard line. You know, I mean, you can't really pin that one on our defense.
Right.
So let's keep our defense rested.
So Doty and Berry in the backfield. Berry is going to stay on the left side of Doty. One split to the near side, one to the far side. 7 seconds on the play clock. Putting Cooper in motion. Going to hand it off to Cooper. Cooper, double pass. Now he's going to have to do it. He's going to do something. He's going to be wrapped up. He's going to be brought down in the backfield by Dylan Bunkley for Hoover.
Yeah, he was looking to double pass the whole way right there.
Looked like the receiver, was that Little? No, that's Eggert.
Yeah, I think he was looking for Eggert down here. No,
that's Little.
They brought Cooper in motion. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah, that's Little.
They brought Cooper in motion and handed it off, and he was looking to throw to Little.
So, I mean, that's a quick decision you've got to make.
Well, we got to seal that block down here.
Absolutely. So nobody sealed the block. Little was trying to get past his defender, but Cooper already had somebody in his face. Now Doty goes in motion. Marsh is going to take the direct snap himself, puts his head down.
Good run.
Short of the original line of scrimmage by about 2 yards. They're going to move it. His forward progress had him up there at the 29-yard line, but they're going to say he's at the 27.
I'll tell you what, Ty's going to have to be very, very careful because he was running pretty high, and they are looking to rip that football out of his arms.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down. They're only going to say he gained a yard on that play. I'm telling you, man, his forward progress was up 4 yards.
Kirk, I'm not sure that he didn't lose the football and another Jets player recover it, and that's why we lost the yardage.
You might be right. We couldn't see because of all the jerseys right there in the middle. So you could be right, Coach.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to be very careful about running so high.
So Marsh in the backfield, shotgun. Looking to pass this time. He's rolling to the near side. Throws off that back foot for Doty. Doty,
he's getting a flag.
Pass interference. Flag on the play. Hoover all over the back. Number 26 for Hoover on the defensive side. They've got 2 26s. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Donnell Williams, the defensive back, not to be confused with Kamal Emerson, the running back. So pass interference is going to be 1st down for James Clemens. Or wait a minute, will it? Because remember, we're at a loss on the play prior to that. Yeah, it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be very close.
Yeah, they're gonna give him the 1st down.
Okay, they're moving him. That's what we'll take a little luck right here.
By a booger right there.
Hair on our chinny chin. I'm glad I didn't shave this week.
Somebody wiped that one on the nose of the ball. So here we go. Marsh in the backfield. He's got 2 back there with him. He's going to give it to Berry. Berry with a burst of speed.
Right there. Man.
Gets forward for about 5 yards on the play, so nice pickup there by Cam Berry.
And you know what? There's not many guys that pick that up right there in that situation the way Cam Berry does. It's just the way he hits that hole with the burst that he's been hitting it with the last 6-7 weeks.
So here's what I'm noticing right off the bat. You've got Williams and Berry in the backfield along with Marsh.
Yep.
So that we haven't seen that a lot this year.
No,
and I
very
think
little.
So you're seeing, we had gone through where 1st quarter was Berry, 2nd quarter was Williams, 3rd quarter was Williams, then Berry. But now we've got both of them in the backfield. We need them both. So Marsh is winged on either side by both of those guys. Berry going in motion. Williams is staying in tight. Going to hand it off to Williams. Williams, first carry of the night. He's going to fall forward for about a yard pickup.
Yeah, maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4 for James Clemens. Short of the 50-yard line. They're still on their side of the 50.
We're going to let this clock die and end the 1st quarter right here.
I like it. So as this counts down, 5 seconds left remaining in the 1st quarter, James Clemens is going to end this quarter with the lead, 9-7. When we come back, we'll have 2nd quarter action right here. You're listening to 7A playoff action. This is 1st round here at Madison City School Stadium. Jets football on PAS Plus.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. Attention all you James Clemens football fans out there. Play Action Sports and Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe are teaming up to bring you Time Out with Taziki's. Listen to James Clemens football from Play Action Sports, and during the first time out of every game, we'll announce the winner of a $10 gift card from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe in Madison. Just go to pasnetwork.net, enter your name, and you may be our next winner. Time Out with Taziki's from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe and Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on Peak 8S Plus. Kirk Pierce, Coach Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert, our executive producer. Missing Coach Johnny Johnson. Wish you were here with us enjoying this tonight as Marsh is going to take the snap, throw it out to Doty in the flat. Doty tries to cut it across the middle, crosses the 50-yard line down to about the Hoover 49. It's going to be a close.
Very close.
I don't know. We might get a measurement here. I don't know.
They're spotting it just a bit short.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4th down and about
half a yard.
No, they're going to say first down.
They're going to measure.
I think you got them. They're already moving the chains over there.
Yeah, but he's calling for a measurement.
Oh, they're saying 4th. Yeah, I think you got to measure that. That's too close.
You got one part of the crew planning for a measurement. One part of the crew's already moving the chains.
The down marker guy doesn't know where to go. So the official took the thing from him and said, stand here.
Yeah.
So the chain gang comes out here to get the measurement. So it's going to be close. So let's see what happens here.
Hey, man, maybe we're fixing to get another reason to celebrate right here. Things have been going the Jets' way right now.
I think we're going to be short. We're barely short.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that. I think the officials, he's showing you how big a fish he caught last week. And I think
he is not happy again. He's not happy with the way we measured it.
That official came up and showed, hey, I caught a fish this big.
Caught a fish this big.
It was a brim. That's the difference right here on this. So 4th down and maybe a nose of a football.
Yeah, we still got Marsh in the huddle. Are we gonna run a play, or are we gonna quick kick this?
So Marsh is gonna come over to the sidelines.
Because Marsh is out here at the numbers.
So Cooper and
Doty
Marsh
at the hash.
No, that's Cooper on the far side.
Sorry, Cooper.
Yeah, Barry in the backfield with Jennings and Brown as the up backs, his blockers. Going to be a direct snap. Barry's going to take it. He's going to fall forward. That's first down for James Clemens.
Man,
again, huge pickup there. Keep that chain moving and keep that clock going. 1st and 10, James Clemens.
I love this. We're still showing something different, right? That time it's a different guy taking the snap. We still see Brown and Jennings in the backfield. Okay, same set that we've seen before, but a different guy taking the snap. More of a power back, right?
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
Doty back there. Short yardage situation. Great time to do that.
Yep.
Okay, we just need a yard or half a football.
And
so let's go get it.
Yeah,
right?
and we got it.
So we're still doing those creative things.
Now
we're eating up clock.
Now we're back at the original offense that James Clemens is known for. Now Marsh is going to go under center with Fafori as the fullback. Formation. Perry's got himself a hole. He's tackled by a shoestring after a 2-yard gain. All he needed was to make one more man miss, and he had big yardage there.
And that shows you the difference in a Hoover team versus a Huntsville High School.
Oh, absolutely.
Versus a Bob Jones versus some of those other teams we played, because Cam Berry breaks that for 10, 15 yards.
And we've seen him do that.
Exactly. Where our offensive line did a great job of creating a lane right there. Cam burst through the hole, but he gets brought down by a shoestring tackle right there by a defensive lineman who's running that pursuit.
Going lateral.
That doesn't happen against those other teams.
No, it doesn't. So Marsh back under center. Formation for Fafori with Berry in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff, roll to the near side, throws off his back foot, hits. Was that Eggert? That is Eggert. Eggert takes a big hit, but he gets the first down.
I think he did.
1st and 10, James Clemens. Eggert gets up and points to that end zone.
Coach Carter thinks it's a first down anyway. He's selling it down there.
So all the way down to the Hoover 36-yard line, 1st and 10, Jets.
And picking up another first down, moving the chains, burning clock, resting your defense. And we're saying resting the defense. We got 2 defensive guys that are staying on the field half the offensive series.
They've been out there. Yep. So Marsh, pistol. He's got 2 splits to the near side. That's Cooper and Doty. Going to hand it off to Berry. Now it's going to be a reverse. Now it's going to be another pass off the back foot.
He's got
Little. No, that's Fafori. Is that Fafori?
Big time play.
That is Luca Fafori. That was a reverse, a pitch back, and then Marsh throws it to Luca Fafori all the way down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Jets.
Coach Truitt's not holding anything back, baby.
I mean, he says.
So flea flicker that time.
It was a jet sweep a reverse, then a pitch back to Ty Marsh. So many things happening, and Marsh had to get rid of it because he had defenders in his face.
He had 2 defenders coming up on him, but the jet sweep motion held those guys just long enough, right? They froze just long enough. Ty had time to throw to a wide open Luca Fafori.
So Doty's going to take the direct snap up the middle. Into the end zone.
Muscles.
Touchdown, James Clemens.
Little Ty Doty muscled his way into the end zone.
Luca Fafori with the lead block there, getting them into the end zone. Little extra effort there by Doty to push them in. That's why you do. If you want to know why you do squats in the offseason, kids, that's why. It's Fafori blocking and Doty using those legs.
Man, he did. He 2 guys meet him right there at the end zone, and he just drives his way in there.
So Ortiz out for the extra point. Marsh is your holder. Kick is up. It looks good from here. Do we get a confirmation? And we do with 9:36 remaining in the first half. James Clemens increases their lead. Your score now, James Clemens 16, Hoover 7. You're listening to James Clemens High School Football on PAS+.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza, in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS+, as we have a score 16-7 here over Hoover. 9:36 remaining in the first half in this opening round of the playoffs here for 7A in the state of Alabama. And I tell you, Coach, that play to set up that 2-yard touchdown run by Doty was huge.
Yeah, it was big. You could tell that's something that they've been working on and waiting for the perfect time to pull it out, and they did.
So onside kick by Ortiz. Finally, he's going to be fielded by number 7 for Hoover. He's going to be brought down by number 7, Mark Woods.
Yeah,
he says, you 7, I 7.
I'm glad our 7 was there.
Because I tell you, he was breaking it, but he hit him hard.
Man.
So he's going to be brought down at about the 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Hoover from the 39. And the thing about Mark Woods is he's gotten some offers since the last time we've been playing, since we played. And, just so proud of these defensive players out there and the things that they've been able to do this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Guy with a high football IQ, and he plays hard.
So 1st and 10, Hoover's going to take the snap. Going to throw it over to the sidelines, but number 80, he's going to be
great job.
Way to get off of that.
Oh my goodness.
That is
that's
Mason. That's Mason Rose. Mason Rose on that screen pass over to the sidelines, able to break off of the blocker and make the tackle for a loss.
He didn't just make a tackle; he ran through the receiver. I mean, did it right.
So 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1 right there on that screen pass.
And I know he's excited, but he's got to be careful. Don't stand over that guy. I mean, it's
fortunately
hard.
He was on his sidelines and was able to get in the mix.
It's hard not to when you
really
run through a guy like that, but don't stand over him.
So Winston, your quarterback, going to fake the handoff. No, he's going to hand it off to the Emerson, the big one, and he's brought down. Penalty flag on the play.
No.
What are they going to? What are they going to call?
They're going to call a face mask or a horse collar on that because of the way he spun him around, but. Man,
I didn't see it. I didn't see his helmet go down or anything.
Well, I think Jalen come through, and we've seen this before.
Look, Coach McGee.
Jalen is so strong. Jalen is so strong that we've seen him reach up and grab people before and be able to pull them around and change the direction, right? And Jalen broke into the backfield so quickly that he was able to change the direction of that running back just by grabbing onto him, and it looks deceiving.
It does.
Right?
You're right.
He didn't grab his face mask.
No.
He didn't grab a horse collar. If anything, he grabbed the front of his shoulder pads and
brought it
spun
down.
the kid around.
And that's the difference in length
Yes.
for somebody. Now, he's going to get away with that next year in the SEC.
Well, he's going to be seeing SEC officials.
That's right. So he's going to get away with that, and that's not going to be a penalty.
No.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for Hoover. Puts them on the James Clemens side. Oh, look at that. Winston's going to get rid of it.
Nice play. Yes, sir.
He's got. Oh, my goodness. There was so much happening right there. Hayes Harrison tracking Winston down all the way over there, staying in his face as he was trying to get rid of the ball, and as he was trying to make a cutback, then you saw Brown and Jennings over there trying to get him out of there, and he just threw it away.
Yeah, and props to Harrison because most kids are going to get fooled by that quarterback when he juke stepped him right there. Harrison didn't. He stayed in his face, fence drilled him, broke down with him, ran him all the way to the sideline, and forced him to throw that ball away.
I love the fact that you said fence drilled.
He did.
That
He
makes
fence
me
drilled him.
so happy to hear that.
I'm a D-line guy,
Nobody
you know.
ever says that, and that is true terminology.
Yes, sir.
So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass for Hoover. They're on the James Clemens 47. So Winston's going to take it himself on the far side. It's going to be brought down after a pickup of about 6 yards on the play, 3rd and 4.
That's a good run right there. That time they just direct snap. They give him 2 lead blockers, wrapped the guy around, and then led with the back. Probably their best option right now is to do that. And I've seen him do that on film, just continuously go to it over and over, where they kind of rock block or pull one of their offensive linemen or rock block an offensive lineman as a lead blocker, and then lead with the back as well. So they have 2 lead blockers.
So Winston in the backfield with Dunson, the running back. They're going to hand it off to Dunson. Dunson finds himself a hole, picks up the first down, finally brought down at the James Clemens 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hoover.
Yeah, same concept right there.
So really not a whole lot of passes. Both Waldrop and McGee have the same mindset, run and pound, run and pound. Don't let this defense beat you. Make your offense earn the yards.
Well, again, we talked about it earlier. I think both have searched for an identity throughout the first half of the season, and I'm not sure that they actually found the identity that they want to have. So now that you're here in the playoffs and everything is riding on this, what do you do that's the best thing for your team? You secure the football, and you do that by running it.
And they ran that one for only a 2-yard gain as Nate Jennings comes in and drops the running back, Emerson, in the backfield, but he was able to get forward a couple of yards on this progress.
Now, we've been more successful thus far by throwing the ball, but we've been very picky about when we do that.
Very selective.
Yeah, very
My
selective.
wife calls me selective hearing. We're
great.
doing selective throws.
Great terminology.
So Winston in the backfield. He's going to be the up man with the pistol. Emerson's going to be behind him. It's going to be a read option. Winston with a juke move, going to keep it himself. Another juke move, still on his feet. Finally brought down at about the 13-yard line as he picks up the first down. Didn't see who made the tackle, but I tell you, whoever it was the only person he had to beat.
Yeah, they're getting on the corner that's furthest away from us there. It's really hard to see those numbers.
So 6:45 remaining in the first half as the clock now starts after they move the chains.
Man, it's hard. It's hard. You got to let it go. You got to keep playing, but it's hard to forget about that phantom face mask call.
I know that's the only reason this drive is still going.
Yes.
So now you've got Emerson in the backfield. Emerson
down.
Yeah, he was down.
He's down.
So there's a screen pass out to number 6. That's the big receiver, Jordan Woolen, and he caught it off the turf with his knee down. So that's going to bring second down, and 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still moving back. Wow. So that was a loss of 5 yards on that.
Yeah,
so 2nd and 15.
The fans on the home side were really quick to let the officials know that kid was down on the knee.
Well, we had a phantom face mask, could have had a phantom knee down.
We sure didn't have a whistle on that. So
Winston, pistol, Emerson, the big running back for the 2, is in the backfield. He moved quick, but they're going to give it to him. And he's up the middle, and he uses that big bull frame of his and goes almost to the first down marker, down to about the 11, maybe the 12. So he's going to be stopped short of the first down, brings up 3rd down for Hoover.
There wasn't a false step at all. It was straight ahead the entire way. That guy was bullying his way up there to about the 6-yard line, 7-yard line maybe.
So he's down there
So 3rd and 4.
From the 7.
Yeah. Let's go, D.
From the 7, here we go. They can get a first down if they get down to the 3. So Winston's going to keep it himself. He's got himself a hole, bounces it to the outside. Mark Woods is on Chase. They're going to stop him short.
Yeah!
They're going to stop him short. That's Rose. Is that Rose out there?
And
with
Mark Woods. Mark Woods ran the alley from the safety position like we've seen him do 100 times, but he comes from the middle of the end zone and ran the alley like an NFL caliber safety. I mean, just comes out of nowhere. And 4, the quarterback was really surprised to see 7 in his face so fast. He thought he had plenty of time to get to the corner of the end zone.
So 4th down and about 4. As no loss on the play. He got back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to keep it himself. Now he's going to jump pass, throws it over the receiver's head.
It's over his head. No flag.
No flag. Turnover on downs.
Stop, baby.
4:25. Defensive stop brought to you by Woodard Decking and Fencing. 4:25 remaining in the opening half. James Clemens takes over on downs.
Again, we're screaming no flag, okay? For those of you that obviously who can't see, it's because it was almost kind of like a little jump pass concept. The quarterback kind of tucks forward like he was going to run inside the line, and they snuck one receiver out. So it's pretty obvious to us in the box who the receiver is. The one blue uniform that's going with him looked like he may have been tugging a little bit at that hip.
Woods.
Yeah. Okay.
It was Mark Woods.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Okay, but it looked like there may have been a little tugging at the uniform. I mean, both guys were hand fighting, so we're not down there close enough to tell what's going on.
So we tried our little shift. Hoover did not move. Barry's going to take the handoff from Marsh. Picks up a couple of yards, gets down to about the 9-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and about 8. Now they're going to say he's down at the 10, so need to get out to about the 18. So 2nd and 7 is what Clay Coleman says, the PA announcer here at Madison City School Stadium, who always does a fantastic job.
Incredible job.
I mean, probably one of the best PA announcers.
One of?
If not the best.
This guy's top 3, right, at minimal.
I tell you, man, it's awesome to hear him. The way he keeps this team hyped. Doty takes the direct snap, falls forward past the 15-yard line, down to about the 17. So that's going to give us...
Looks like a first.
I think it should be a first. Got to move those chains, fellas, and
there
they do.
Is.
So 1st and 10, James Clemens, as the clock is ticking. We're almost at 3:30 remaining in the first half with a 16-7 lead over the Hoover Bucks.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed we've not heard from, John Johnson, the 4th Esquire tonight.
Well, he's out there doing his thing in Texas. Doty tries to get past one defender. Finally, the second guy comes in. Loss on the play. He's going to go out of bounds. So they're going to say he lost 1 yard. Or did he? Yeah, he did. He lost a yard on the play. So 2nd and a long 10 is what we're going to do. So clock is at 3:15 after he goes out of bounds. And, I mean, we're doing – I bet if you ask Coach McGee this week, after whatever happens tonight, did that first half go the way you planned? I bet he's going to say minus a couple of things. That's exactly what we wanted to do.
I bet he's going to say better.
Better than he expected?
I bet he's going to say better than we hoped.
Well, James Clemens takes their second time out of the half with 3:15 remaining. They're up 16-7. Let's take a break as well. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS+. It's coming out of halftime. Your score 16-7. James Clemens on top of Hoover in the opening round of the playoffs, Coach.
Don't confuse them. We're not coming out of halftime yet.
Is that what I said?
We're coming
out of timeout. I'm too excited, man. There's so much going on. I mean, we got the ball.
We hadn't made it to halftime yet.
I know, man.
I know it feels like there's a lot happening. We were talking
about halftime during the break.
Yeah.
We talked about halftime during the break, how fast this first half has gone. All right, so we got a man in motion. Marsh is going to throws it out of bounds off the hands of Doty.
Yeah, well, it bounced off the hands of Doty right there.
I said it went out of bounds. It did fall out of bounds, but it was off his fingertips. That was a quick pass, too. I mean, as soon as he took the snap, he turned around and got rid of it. So it brings up 3rd and a long 10 as we are still at our 18-yard line. But the good thing there is still, though, our defense held on another 4th down.
Yeah, defense has been absolutely solid right here. But we want to keep those guys fresh. We want to keep those guys rested. We got to keep drives going if we're the offense.
So Doty goes in motion to the far side. Swing pass out to Barry. Barry got to get some. There's too many white jerseys. Nowhere for him to go. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, we can't do that. Those last 2 plays, not really what we've seen out of our offense so far, right? Not what we've seen out of play calling either. We've done things that have kept our offense alive, and we've kept the play clock or kept the game clock going.
Right.
And those last 2 plays, kind of suspect as far as A, getting the clock going, and B, giving us a chance to pick up some yards.
So that's going to be 4th down on the loss of about 5 on the play. So 4th and 15 as Ortiz is going to stand at his 1-yard line to punt. Hoover, punt return man, is standing at about their own 45.
Let's boom one here.
There's one, and it's just going to take
it's going to be tough to field.
That's going to take a James Clemens bounce, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Not
I like
bad.
that.
Not bad at all.
So Hoover's going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 33 with 2:15 remaining in this opening half. Now, you can listen to us in crystal clear quality all season long. If you haven't, all you got to do is go to your Amazon Echo device and say, Alexa, open PAS Plus, and hear our coverage of James Clemens football in that crystal clear quality that you've grown to love all season long.
Crystal.
So 1st and 10, as now you've got Winston again, the quarterback, back there with Dunson. He's going to swing pass out to,
yes, sir.
It's going to be brought down.
Mark Woods.
Woolen is the receiver, brought down instantly by Mark Woods. That swing pass for Hoover has not been available for him.
It's not, and you know what? That's got to be so disheartening for them because that's an easy way to get the ball out in your playmaker's hands.
Right.
You know what I mean? To get the ball out in space, get it into the hands of those track stars, and you got a guy like Mark Woods just running through blocks and taking them down in the backfield.
2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far side. Winston's going to hand it off to the running back.
Wow.
Dunson, he's got nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down after about a yard carry, so 3rd and about 11.
Is that Ruffin again?
I think that is Ruffin. Jalen Ruffin in there making a stop, just having himself a defensive game.
Man, he really is. He was unchecked that time, just timed the snap perfectly, ran right off the hip of the offensive tackle, and met the guy just after the mesh point. There's nothing a running back can do when you take the handoff, and on the next step, you got a guy riding your back.
So 3rd and 11 for Hoover. Trips to the far side. Winston's looks like Dunson in the backfield with him. He's going to do a reverse over here to number 7.
Yeah!
Down in the backfield. Penalty flag on the play.
That's Rose. That's Rose.
Upended the running back.
I'm curious what the flag's going to be.
Bradley Shaw. So I don't know who you call that on because I didn't see a penalty at all unless it was an offsides or a hole.
No, we had a James Clemens defender out here kind of stalking up the receiver, right? Kind of waiting for inside help to come. So I wonder if it's a hold on Hoover.
Yeah, Coach McGee is waving. He's declining. So that was hold on Hoover. So Coach McGee
and Coach McGee's taking his last time out. He's taking his last time out, so we're going to be at 59 seconds to play. He's going to force them to punt right here.
So 3rd timeout of the half.
And another big stop by our defense,
decking and fencing coming up and making a defensive stop. All of our defensive stops brought to you by Woodard Decking and Fencing. But, hey, let me do this real quick, Coach.
Yeah, Coach.
Let me go to the north. Did you call me Coach?
Yeah, man.
I'm a coach. You're a coach. We're coaching.
We can coach from here.
I love it. North Alabama Gas District Scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. Right now, the only score we've got is in Oxford as Oxford up 21-7 over the Athens Golden Eagles in the second quarter.
Come on,
so that's
Athens.
your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Always call 811 before you dig. So Coach McGee calls this 3rd and final timeout, and now Hoover comes out to punt. Doty standing at about his own 36, maybe 37-yard line.
I'm curious. This could be tricky right here. I want to see what. Yeah, Hoover's taking a timeout.
Coach Waldrop wants to call a timeout.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he wants to give us an opportunity to put another score on the board, right? All right, so to remind everybody, it's a 16-7 game right now.
So I don't know what they're discussing over there unless they want to call a timeout.
Well, so it's 16-7 game. What Coach Waldrop certainly does not want is a punt return for a touchdown right here, and now James Clemens has 2 scores before the half.
So now you got the guy that's going to punt for Hoover standing at his 16. Takes the snap.
They
punt
punted away.
It's up. Doty's going to let that one bounce. Waves everybody off. It's going to take a Hoover roll. Wow, that took a big roll.
Yeah, it's a big
all the way down to
punt.
the 25-yard line. So with 50 seconds remaining in the opening half with a 16-7 lead, James Clemens is going to take over from their own 25-yard line.
All right.
So, listen, the one thing we have not done is our in-flight movie quote. Woo,
how can we get to that, man? So
it's
much
crazy.
is going on.
So all you got to do is listen for some point during this. We'll have our in-flight movie quote during our James Clemens coverage. I'm going to go and tell you it's probably going to be in the second half. Or it will be in the second half.
Let's go ahead and guarantee it's going to be in the second half.
We'll sneak in a movie quote, and all you got to do is call us in or text in your name and the answer to 256-434-1727, and you can get a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters. Handoff to Barry, up the middle. Barry fights forward for a nice 5-yard pickup, second down and 5, with 40 seconds remaining in this opening half.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let the clock run. Maybe run one more play, but
I think he was hoping that Doty would have an opportunity to field that one, and it just
absolutely. I mean, the guy's been electric. You know, he's been really good for one a game.
Yeah,
you know, and you hope it's that one because Hoover taking the kickoff to start the third quarter, being down 2 touchdowns is a lot different than being down 1 touchdown.
That's right.
You know, I mean, it changes the entire complexion of the game second half. So take a chance right there.
Yeah, so we're under 10 seconds remaining in this half. Make sure you stick around for halftime as Keith Anderson, the band leader for the James Clemens Marching Band, is going to join us here in just a little bit for our halftime interview, and that is going to be the halftime. James Clemens, your score right here on Madison City School Stadium. The Jets 16, Hoover 7. When we come back, we'll interview Keith Anderson, the band director. He can be coach too.
Yeah.
You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Here's what's on the Jets' radar. On Saturday, varsity girls basketball will face Huffman at Fairfield. The JV girls will play tournament games at Ardmore. On Monday, bowling teams will take on Grissom. Then on Tuesday, the boys team will square off against Buckhorn, and basketball teams travel to Grissom. On Thursday, the Rocket City Bowling Classic will be going on at Sparkman, and next Friday, Jets basketball teams will also be at Sparkman. We'll be back with more James Clemens coverage from Play Action Sports.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Darryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Greg Machin Photography is Madison's premier studio and is dedicated to making you look your best, offering everything from senior portraits to weddings. Greg Machin Photography provides the highest quality prints and services the industry has to offer. Call 461-0827 or visit them online at gregmachinphotography.com. Located at 8006 Old Madison Pike in Madison, Greg Machin Photography. In Alabama, good sportsmanship is a high school tradition. Whether at home or on the road, make our schools, our communities, and our students proud by displaying positive sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship and positive citizenship are vital in the development of good citizens. The AHSAA gladly welcomes the challenge of being a leader in sportsmanship and in continuing this proud tradition. A public service message from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Tailgate Talk, and 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. We're at halftime here at Madison City School Stadium. Your score at halftime, James Clemens on top of Hoover, 16-7 in the opening round of the 7A playoffs here in the state of Alabama. Here in the booth with me is the band director for the James Clemens Jets marching band, Mr. Keith Anderson. Keith, it's great to see you again, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Excited to be here for sure.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, and I've asked him several times, when's Keith coming back? Because we talked last year, and I couldn't wait to get you back up here. And I got to tell you, listening to you guys perform is one of my favorite. I love calling football games, but you guys do such a fantastic job.
We appreciate that, man. We got a great group of kids this year, working hard, and everything we're giving them, they're giving it right back to us, and just doing everything we ask, and just could not ask for a better group of kids.
So last year we kind of talked a little bit about how you come up with some of the things that y'all do for the halftime performances. But one of the things that I've noticed this year, and I know y'all have done it in the past, but this year I really noticed, is y'all taking the field and doing your competition performances after the game.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. Why do you do that?
Yeah, it just, the competition show, we're looking for, that the halftime show is designed to entertain the crowd, on Friday nights and things like that. And our competition show, we want it to be entertaining as well, but we don't get as many performance opportunities for the competition show. So being able to do it after the game, on our field gives us those performance reps, which builds the confidence to prepare us for competitions later in the season. So, and it works out great. We always have a great group of audience members that stay, and then usually what's really, really cool is the visiting band will come over and watch and stay, even regardless of how long, how far away they are with a long drive and things like that. So it's just a great deal of support in the band community. We try to do that. If we're the visiting team and the band, it might be their homecoming and they're going to do their show after the game, we stay. It's just really cool to see. But like I said, it gives us those opportunities just to get those performance reps in that you can't really replicate anywhere else.
One of the other things that I've noticed is you mentioned the community, the band community, but the parents.
Yeah. You
guys have major parent involvement. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, it is a great army to have, man. We have tons of parent involvement, whether it's working our concession stands or all the logistics involved of just moving a 200-piece marching band, from place to place, building the props that we use and things like that. We've had from the beginning, not only when we started this program when the school opened in 2012, we had a great amount of buy-in from the students, but the buy-in from the parents and the booster organization. Our motto is be the example, right? And we talk about that all the time. But it's cool when the students take that on, but watching the parents take that on as well and wanting to fulfill that motto for the sake of their kids, man. Yeah. It's just really, really cool. And it is we are very, very blessed to have that kind of buy-in, that kind of support from our parents, from the community, from everything. They're all on board, and they're I just had a conversation with our booster president a couple of weeks ago about what we're seeing at competition, and the parents want to know, hey, what can we do to better support our students as we continue to try to grow the program. So super cool, man. It's a great place to be.
I've watched that. You might have seen this, I don't know, but I have watched in the crowd young students, middle school, elementary age students getting up and mimicking what the marching band is doing on the field.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
And that's how involved and how appreciated what all of you guys do each and every week with these kids.
Well, I appreciate that. And to me, that's a sign of a healthy culture. That we have a product, or call it a product, call it a brand that is well known, that is well liked, that's thought highly of. That a lot of younger siblings, a lot of younger students, they see themselves being a part of this program in the future, and that just speaks volumes.
That's huge, man. Well, one of my favorite performances y'all have done at halftime is always the Journey.
Right.
I'm always a big Journey guy. You guys have done some great 70s rock this year too, and can you give me a sneak peek?
Cannot.
All
I can tell you is that we are already talking about it. There are always ideas simmering, and there are ideas out there on the table for sure. But yeah, it's a tight lift until we release that.
Can you give? I tell you, never mind. I'm not even going to. Can you do some Rush? And you've got some Rush, and you've done some of that. Maybe a little Van Halen.
Right, there you go.
You got some Kiss. Maybe, I don't know. You've got some of that.
Yeah.
All of that stuff, man. It never ceases to amaze me, and I appreciate what you guys do each and every week.
Well, we appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's a great program to be involved with, and the kids and the parents, and just the support that we get from our admin, and just we have a great relationship with our athletics program and all that stuff. It is really, really special. I tell the students all the time, don't ever think that this is normal, because this is certainly not normal.
Man, you guys are fantastic. Well, I appreciate you coming up here at halftime. I know you've got to get down there and get ready for your halftime performance, which is going to be a little different tonight, because you did say we got a little bit of rain coming in, so you guys are going to stay in the stands and perform tonight.
For sure, yeah. Hoping to dodge the weather a little bit. It's always with an outdoor activity like this. You're a victim of the elements, so we'll take what we can get.
Well, Mr. Keith Anderson, I appreciate you coming up here. He's the band director here at James Clemens for the marching band. Hey, it's halftime, 16-7 your score. James Clemens on top of Hoover. When we come back, we're going to take a listen to the James Clemens marching band at halftime. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born, with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Ready to show off your film IQ? Ready to show it off during James Clemens football? Maybe it sounds like trying to mix oil and water, but hey, we're just trying to have a little fun. Listen for our in-flight movie quote during James Clemens football coverage on PAS+. We'll slip in a line at some point during our play-by-play commentary, and if you can identify the movie that it's from, text the answer along with your name to 434-1-PAS. That's 434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit from Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. The in-flight movie quote from Honest Coffee Roasters and PAS+.
Welcome back to James Clemens football right here on PAS Plus at Madison City School Stadium. First round of the playoffs. James Clemens on top 16-7. Let's take it to the field and listen to the James Clemens marching band for their halftime performance. That was the James Clemens Marching Band doing their halftime performance here at Madison City School Stadium, 16-7. They decided to stay in the stands and not go to halftime because it got some sprinkling rain, sprinkles, if you will.
Little sprinkles.
Sprinkles
not
coming
the
down.
kind that you get on your donut or cupcake either.
A little bit of rain, so it's halftime, 16-7 your score. Hey, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, Coach Brad and I are going to get together, and we're going to talk a little bit about that first half. And now we've got with rain moving into the forecast, what could that mean for the second half? You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com, or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty. Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Daryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters. Win or lose, the name of the game is sportsmanship in our education-based high school athletics. The lesson learned on the court and in the bleachers is good sports are winners no matter what the score. Support high school athletics with good sportsmanship. A public service message from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Join us for Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC. We'll talk to coaches and sports figures of local interest and get their thoughts on whatever comes down the pike. We'll also announce our latest Athlete of the Week and give away an Applebee's gift card and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on your PAS Plus app, on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device, online at tailgatetalk.net, and on the air at 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. Halftime here in the opening round of the state playoffs here. 16-7 your score. James Clemens on top of Hoover has got a little bit of sprinkling happening out there, Coach. First half, really great offensive game plan by Coach McGee and the staff. Defense has held true. A couple of fourth down stops. What do we need to do in the second half?
Well, defensively, we got to keep doing what we've been doing. I mean, holding true is a mild understatement. I mean, the only thing you could put against our defense right now is giving up a score when Hoover took over at the 2. Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's the difference.
Hard to knock our defense right now. If you take that fumble recovery away at the 2, we're talking about a scoreless game for Hoover right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's huge. Otherwise, our defense is scoring perfect throughout the game. That's big. If our defense can put up just, half that effort really in the second half, we should be okay. Offensively, you're talking about great game plan. I mean, Coach Truitt surprised us all right?
Yes,
I mean,
he did.
he surprised everybody in the stadium, especially everybody on the Hoover side of the stadium. Now, they're not going to be surprised in the second half.
No.
You know that Coach Waldrop and his staff were in there drawing up adjustments during halftime. So, curious to see, has he got more surprises for us in the second half, or are we going to go back to what we've seen earlier in the year? I don't know. I'm anxious to see. It's kind of like Christmas morning again. You know what I mean?
Well,
I've got some anxiety all over again, like we did at 6:45. I was anxious, so now I was looking for him when I was down there at halftime. I kind of wanted to gauge him, you know. But I'm anxious to see what happens here. All in all, I mean, we've had a really good game so far. Both teams have really played each other pretty hard. So, you know, I'm anxious to see. We got the rain as a factor, too. I mean, how soon is the rain going to get here? And then how's that going to play into an advantage? Is that an advantage for either team, and which team?
Well, Hoover gets the ball to start the second half. They won the coin toss and deferred. Now, here's the thing. Down around Birmingham, there's another team from up here, the team from down the road.
Yeah, that other
They are
school.
getting it handed to them 49-0 by Hewitt-Trussville.
Yeah.
The other team from North Alabama, Austin, who gave James Clemens their only loss in Region 4 action.
Correct.
Tied with Vestavia Hills at halftime 14-all.
Yeah.
And so that is a North Alabama Gas District School Board. How about me fitting that in there before the start of the second half?
I like it.
So here we go. Ortiz kicking off the kickoff to start the second half. High end over end kick. It's not going to go very far. Fielded at about the 21-yard line by Hoover. Hoover. That's the receiver. The big receiver, Woolen, is going to take it out to about the 43, 42?
Yeah, 42 maybe.
Yeah, they got it 1st and 10, Hoover from their own 42. So this dogfight in D needs to stand tough right here by James Clemens.
If there's going to be a big stand, I think it needs to be this first one, right? I
Right.
mean, they're coming out of halftime. They just got the motivational pep talk. They just gave their best Newt Rockney speeches in the locker room. They did all their halftime adjustments, and they come out motivated, and they're looking to put points on the board right away. If you put a stop up right here, that kind of takes the wind out of their sails immediately.
So you've got Winston, the quarterback, is going to run a man in motion from the far side to the near side, and Hoover snap infraction right there.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Hey.
So that's the way they started the first half when they got the ball. We're trying to kick it off. They were offsides on the kickoff and kicked it out of bounds. So we're going to move them back 5, and it's going to be 1st and 15 for Hoover.
And Clay got to play his backup Terry route, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
When
He
plays
does, too. He loves it.
A little stone cold action, too. When you hear the glass, it's all right. Here we go. Man in motion from far side to near side.
They're going to run the same play.
Yep, it's going to be a handoff to the big running back, number 26. He's going to break it to the outside. He's still on his feet past the 50. Finally tackled, pushed out of bounds in James Clemens territory. Huge run right there. Gets the first down by about a yard. So 16-yard pickup there by the running back, number 26, Emerson.
Now, they knew the play they wanted to run coming out of the locker room. They, even with the snap infraction, they weren't going to deviate from it. They knew exactly what they wanted to do.
So Emerson, the big running back, he's going to stay to the left of Winston. 2 splits to the far side. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap. It's going to be Emerson again with the ball. He's going to try to run it up against that big defensive line of James Clemens. He's going to pick up 3 yards on the play, 2nd and 7, as he gets to the 44.
You know, he didn't get a ton of carries in the first half. He might have got a quarter of the carries, right? He should have fresh legs.
He does.
We may see a healthy dose of this guy in the second half, which is not a bad idea from the offensive coaches over there to use those fresh legs and powerful legs, too, behind that big offensive line.
So Dunson, the faster of the 2 running backs, which is weird to say because Emerson has some speed. Winston, direct snap's going to keep it himself, goes around to the near side. He's got a lane, finally brought down out of bounds. Could have been a horse collar, but they didn't call it.
Yeah, no call on that.
I like it. Don't call that one. So 1st and 10, nevertheless, for Hoover, as they've taken 2 snaps and have moved it deep into James Clemens territory.
Yeah, they got a drive going right here. I mean, they knew what they wanted to do coming out of the locker room, and they're executing to perfection.
So here we go. Dunson's going to stay in the backfield with Winston. Trips to the far side, 2 to the near side, empty backfield.
Yeah.
Now, as the running back goes to that, now man in motion. That's the receiver, Woolen going to go to the other side. He's going to be brought down by big Mark Woods.
Yeah, Mark ran that alley hard, and he come in and stuck him. He's slow getting up on that, too.
Let me tell you something about Mark Woods.
He's going to the sideline.
He
did
is.
not like that shoulder is hanging. I hope it's just a stinger and not maybe a dislocation or or a separation or something, man. But Mark Woods came in and stuck him hard.
This is when Mark Woods shines.
Yeah.
I've seen him for
agree.
4 years now, really, because he played some as a freshman. Seen him just evolve as he got deeper into the season, and this is where he's shining. So 2nd and 6 for Hoover. From the James Clemens 31, Winston's going to keep it himself around the far side. He's going to be tackled. They're going to give him the first down. He's going to be right there at the first down marker. He picked up at least 6 yards on the play.
Wow.
They're going to say he's short.
But I tell you what.
No, they're going to give him the first.
Yeah. These Hoover kids, they've got a little different grit about them right now.
Yeah, they're going hard nose on
from
this
the
one.
offensive line to the receivers to the backs. They got a little different grit. I mean, they're coming off the ball, they're getting in their blocks, and they are finishing blocks right now.
So 2 minutes into this third quarter, and they are already well within striking range of another touchdown. Let's see. That's the big running back, number 26, Emerson, up the middle for a pickup of about 5 yards, so 2nd and 5 for Hoover.
You know, I hope our defensive guys are not kind of resting on the success that they had in the first half. You know, we're a long way from this game being over. And, yeah, we won the first quarter. We definitely won the second quarter, right?
Got to win the next two.
We're going to have to win the next two for sure to get out of here with a win.
So Emerson's going to stay in the backfield with Winston. Going to fake the handoff, throw a dart across the middle, caught for the first down. Reception made by Gardner, Demarion Gardner. The junior picks up the first down on a sharp throw by Winston.
Been looking for that play the entire first half. They did that so often where they fake a quick handoff and then they just throw a quick slant.
So Emerson up the middle, using those big legs, drives forward down to about the 2-yard line as it's going to be 2nd and goal for Hoover from the 2. So under 9 minutes and counting in this third quarter, and Hoover quickly getting down to the goal line. 2nd and goal from the 2. We need another Woodard Decking and Fencing defensive stop right here.
Big time.
So Emerson's going to stay in the backfield, going to hand it off to him. He's going to dive forward, up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown Hoover.
Yep. I mean, that was a Hoover power drive for those guys. Coming out of the locker room and really just imposing their will all the way through that drive.
So Emerson goes in for 2 yards out with 8:34 remaining in the third quarter. Took him just under 3.5 minutes, or just a little over 3.5 minutes, to get into the end zone. That was quick.
Yeah, quick and easy for those guys. I mean, again, they're just initiating blocks.
Kick is up, and it is good. So your score with 8:34 remaining in the third quarter, James Clemens 16, Hoover 14. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at TzatzikisCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. Kirk Pierce, Coach Brad Kimbrough, our producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. Missing the fourth member, we've mentioned it before, Coach Johnny Johnson, out in the state of Texas, his home state, celebrating his college coaches' induction into their University Hall of Fame. Congratulations to them as Hoover getting ready to kick off after that touchdown run by Emerson. And I don't think Coach Waldrop's going to want to give James Clemens a short field, so they got their big leg kicker, and he does. Oh, he pooch kicks it a little bit high. It's going to be fielded by Barry at the 25-yard line. Barry looking for a crease, bounces it out to the outside. He's got some room, makes one man miss, makes another one, tackled at about the 36-yard line. Good run there by Barry.
Yeah, it's a good return right there. I mean, he kept looking for a place to cut back and pick up a bigger return, but a good job of getting some solid yardage there and just getting some positive yards.
So we were able to find out who blocked the punt in the end zone, and I just want to congratulate Bryson Dowdell for that huge punt in the first quarter to give us that safety which was huge. It kind of gave us a little bit of a momentum turn in the first half, but we need to maintain that momentum after Hoover came out and struck quickly in the third quarter. Marsh, shotgun, got Barry to his right, puts Fafori in motion. 2 splits to the near side. Marsh going to take the direct snap up the middle, uses that big body of his to get down to about the 39-yard line. So a nice little pickup of about 3 yards.
Yeah, and that time I'm really glad to see him kind of running lower, right, putting that head down, using that body to shield the football, pick up positive yards. That's all you need on a first down. Looks like he picked up 4 yards right there. And, man, the rain is really starting to come down a little bit heavier.
So the temperature is in the low 50s, but now the rain is coming down. So you're probably going to this plays a little bit more into our hands, I think a little bit, with our running backs, the way that they've been holding the ball. But let's see. Marsh, pistol, Barry behind him. Now Barry swings out to the far side. Marsh going to take it up the middle. Gets past the 40, down to about the 42-yard line. So we're going to be third down and about 4. Now they're going to say 3rd and 3 here. So huge third down play for James Clemens.
And here come the big boys back.
So now you got Nate Jennings and Jalen Brown coming out there. You're going to be the upbacks and probably going to see Doty as the Wildcat in the quarterback slot.
Who knows? We've seen Doty back there. We've seen Barry back there.
Seen Marsh. Now we've got Doty. All right. So Fafori, this is a new look right here. So Fafori up there, he's going to be another blocker. Doty tries to spin. Oh, he's going to be maybe a yard on the play.
They ate it up that time. Yeah, Hoover very adapt to what's coming now. They've seen it. They know, right? Yeah. So, I mean, we wonder what other kind of wrinkles we've got in this system at this point.
So, Coach McGee keeping Ortiz on the sideline so far. 4th and 3. This is a huge 4th down if we do go for it. So, 4th and 3. From now, he's going to send Ortiz out. So he's going to punt. So the one thing we did not want to do is give Hoover the ball right back.
No.
After four and out, basically. No. So we need a big punt here by Ortiz to put Hoover deep in their own territory. Ortiz standing at about his 30-yard line. Their returner back at the 17.
No, we're moving.
We moved, so that's going to move us back. So false start on James Clemens.
More stuff that we don't need. We can't have these little things.
So one of the things I talked to you about before the broadcast was one thing that I have not really seen James Clemens do, which is play a full 4 quarters. We end up somewhere along the line. We usually have a bad half quarter, if not one full quarter. And I don't want to say that right now to jinx us, but that's one thing we've seen.
That's just a simple observation.
It is.
And you're 100% accurate. And they're all things that should be easily to overcome, right?
Yeah. So 4th down, Ortiz now standing at about his 25. Bad snap, high snap.
He did a good job handling
it. He got rid of that one. And it's going to be fielded.
Good.
Oh, he put that ball on the turf. Wow,
sure
he almost. So they're going to say he's down at the 24-yard line. So that could have been disaster for Hoover.
It could have been.
But Coleman down there to cover the long snapper for James Clemens makes the tackle. So 1st and 10 Hoover from their own 24. So you need to look for the monthly Play Action Sports column in Athens now. We'll update you on what's been happening in local sports news as well as upcoming games and events. The paper is free and available at businesses all around the area. 1st and 10 Hoover from their own 24. 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. James Clemens hanging on to a 2-point lead, 16-14. Winston takes a snap, hands it off to the running back.
Big Poe.
0 is the running back. That's Dunson. He gets 2 yards on the play as Poe brings him down from the nose guard spot. So Big Papa Poe.
Big Poe.
He's been our player of the game one game. He's just continued to get. I tell you, he takes on 2 of those linemen and allows Jennings and Brown to make a lot of tackles.
That's his role, and he plays it well.
So Winston puts a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself. It was a read option. He slips. That's where the rain comes in. He picks up maybe 2 yards, so 3rd and about 7 for Hoover.
Yep, and we're going to start seeing that a little bit more. I mean, this rain it's not a hard rain, but it's been steady now for the last 10, 15 minutes. It's going to start showing up as we see guys try to stick their foot in the ground and change direction quickly.
So Hoover, 3rd and a long 6.
Yeah.
From their own 28. Shotgun, Winston. Dunson in the backfield with him.
Yeah, trying to draw us off.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Trips to the near side.
Play clock running down.
Yep, down to 3. Got to get it off. He's going to keep it himself around the far side. Got a good block.
Oh,
he's going to
did he get there?
It's going to be tough. They're going to say his clock still runs. They're going to give him the first down. Man, that was so close. I thought we had him wrapped up over there on the sidelines, but that's going to be a first down. Yeah, that's first. Barely, by not even a yard, he got the first down.
Okay.
So, Hoover, no huddle, looks over to the sidelines. Dunson, the running back, goes out as Amerson comes in. Winston in the backfield with Amerson. They're going to go stacks to the near side. Now they're going to go into a split. There's some confusion for Hoover.
Yeah, definitely.
14 seconds left on the play clock. All right, now Hoover gets set. Winston's going to hand it to Amerson. What a burst of speed up the middle.
Man,
and he's off to the races. One man to beat. Cuts it across the 20. Going to be brought down out of bounds.
By Rose.
Out at the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10. Hoover, that big running back, Amerson, just took it right up the middle, almost untouched, and is run out of bounds by Rose.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, he had a lane. If he stays straight up the field, he probably is going to outrun everybody. Maybe Rose has a chance. But taking it at the angle he did, Rose did a good job of just forcing him out of the sideline. So
doing exactly what we didn't want them to do. Hoover driving it down the field again. Going to hand it off to number 7, the other running back. He's the bigger one. And he's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Looked like number 4 in there for James Clemens. Kreider with the tackle. They said Woods, but Kreider's the one that wrapped him up. Woods hit him first, but Ryder was in there to finish it off.
Man, we got to rise up right here, D.
So 2nd down, they're going to give him a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 from the 13. So Hoover goes with one split to the far side. They're going to go 2 to the near side, as it is going to be Dunson in the backfield with Winston. Dunson going to take it up the middle. He's going to be right at the line of scrimmage.
Stay with
brought
it.
Down. Who is that? Which one is that? That is Jalen Brown.
Jalen Brown.
Let me tell you, and I mentioned this to you off the air, Jalen Brown has 62 tackles coming into this game.
Yep.
Jennings has 61. Brown has 7 sacks. Jennings 5.5 sacks. Brown has 9 tackles for loss. Jennings has 10 tackles for loss. I mean, that's as equal as you can get for 2 Division I caliber players.
And if they swap jerseys,
you wouldn't know the difference.
You wouldn't know the difference. I mean, they're as interchangeable as you could possibly be. Both guys are so comparable to each other. The stats are comparable.
Yeah.
I mean, they play so similar to each other.
So 3rd and 13 after a loss of 3 on the play. Winston going to keep it himself. Run it up the middle. He's got a lane. Looks like he's going to get into the end zone. Dives forward.
I don't know.
He does touch the pylon. Touchdown, Hoover.
That's a big play by the quarterback, just taking it himself. I mean, we had everything covered up, right, in the defensive secondary. He had a lane out there on the edge. He's able to break, contain a little bit, and just does a great job of running the football to the corner of the pylon.
So Hoover, for the first time tonight, with 3:05 remaining in the third quarter, takes the lead, waiting for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good with 3:05 remaining in the third quarter. Hoover, first lead of the night. They're up by 5. 21, James Clemens 16. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+, Madison City School Stadium. Opening round of the 7A playoffs for James Clemens. 2 huge touchdowns right off the bat in this third quarter to give Hoover the lead, 21-16. Coach, Amerson. It's not for him. They don't get in the end zone.
No, that was his drive. I mean, all the way, right? I mean, the 2 big runs for him right there, and then, of course, the quarterback finishing the drive. I mean, big time.
So James Clemens is going to get the ball back the second time in this third quarter. It's a high pooch kick over towards the sidelines.
I'll field the ball.
It's going to bounce. And finally, Barry gets the ball, and now it's going to be ripped out of his hands by number 20.
That's
Trey Sanders, that's exactly. We let it bounce. Nobody came up to field it, and Trey Sanders, the linebacker, takes it out of Barry's hands, basically.
I couldn't see the number of the up back, but the guy who watches it go up in the air, and he's thinking, well, the guy behind me is going to come field that thing. He's thinking Cam Barry is going to come field that thing, and it's really his ball. You got to field it. I know you don't want to go get that ball, but that's your ball to field. They're waiting.
You can call fair catch.
Yeah, they're hoping you don't field it because they've been looking to put that ball in that spot all night.
So you could call fair catch, and we don't. So they're going to give Hoover the ball at the James Clemens 32, and Hoover with an opportunity to really, really do some damage here in the third quarter. So Winston's going to keep it himself around the near side. He's going to try to take a corner. Finally pushed out of bounds by Woods.
Yeah, Mark Woods.
No gain on the play. So second down.
And, man, they really had a play right there.
They really did.
Just let our guy go out-athlete your guys, right?
That's it.
Well, our guy wearing 7's a pretty good athlete,
He
too.
really is. And he's made some big tackles tonight on that defensive side.
Oh, big time. He's made some big play saves.
So here we go. 2nd and 10. There's no gain on the play thanks to Mark Woods pushing Winston, the quarterback, out of bounds. He's going to stay in the shotgun along with Dunson. To his left, going to fake the handoff, throw it across a slant pattern, caught by number 17. He's got one man to beat. That's Stinson. He gets in the end zone, touchdown. Wow, 27-16. 3 quick scores.
Yeah, 21 unanswered points right here just in the third quarter.
Crazy.
Well, we talked about it. I mean, coming out of halftime, you got to get a stop early and kind of take the wind out of their sails. They're coming out full of momentum, knowing what they want to do. They've taken our best shots early, right?
Yep.
I mean, you're in a big fight right here. Hoover took all of our blows early on. They absorbed them. They withstood them. They're still in the fight. So now let's go back and let's get back in it and let's deliver some of our own. And they've done that so far here in the third quarter.
And we've seen James Clemens down before in the second half and been able to turn around.
Oh, absolutely.
We've kind of given up. Let's just go ahead and say we've given up the third quarter. Your score 28-16 right now as Hoover scored 21 unanswered points in this third quarter. So they've in just a little under 10 minutes have scored 21 points.
Yeah, 21 straight and not giving us a chance really to do much. I mean, they've had 3 drives to our 1 in the third quarter.
And we were 4 and out.
And it's our fault.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's nobody's fault but our own. So what we got to do right here is just regroup and find ourselves in a situation where we can kind of catch our breath and go back to work.
Coach McGee's probably second-guessing not going for it on fourth down. I think if he gets a scene in the future, after giving up that touchdown, the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter, he would have probably gone for it because the result either way could have been the same. Well, so anyway, nevertheless.
Hindsight's just such a wonderful thing.
Was it hindsight's 22, catch 2020? That's a joke, folks. I know what I'm saying. All right, so Hoover going to kick it off again in this third quarter, 2:23 remaining. Another pooch kick high to Cam Barry. Barry, field it, Barry. Now he does at about the 22. Trying to go to the outside. Doesn't have a blocker. Gets it down to about the 29. Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 10. James Clemens from their own 29, 30-yard line. He's going to mark it.
And we're okay right here. I mean, if we put something together in this third quarter, we're fine.
Yeah. Just got to figure out a way to, when Hoover gets the ball, we got to figure a way to isolate around the edges and close up that gap that they have not been able to do in the third quarter. Able to do it in the first half, just not able to do it in the second.
We did a great job in the first half of containing the edge and then closing the gaps inside.
So Barry's going to take the direct snap, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard on the play as now this Hoover defense has got their ears pinned back, and they are feeling it with the momentum.
Yeah, again, they're not confused anymore. I mean, they know what they're looking for, and you know, early on, they see a set, they see formations that they haven't seen on film from us. They're having to sit back, their pause a little bit, wait and see what kind of misdirection we may give them. Now they're not confused anymore.
So 1st and 10, or 2nd and 11. Sorry, Marsh puts Cooper in motion. He's got Barry to his left. Going to fake the handoff. No, he's going to give it to Barry. Barry's going to take it down to about the original line of scrimmage. Picks up a yard on the play. 3rd and 10.
Another long third down is not good for the Jets.
So make sure you listen For our in-flight movie quote, I promise it's going to happen. If you recognize the quote, all you got to do is text us to 256-431-1727, and you could win a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters. And I tell you, we just haven't had a chance to fit one in, as this has been so crazy. So 2 splits to the far side. Marsh going to drop back to pass. He's going to roll to the far side, looking to throw to Doty. Doty is going to be passed. Is going to be broken up. Incomplete. 4th down.
Yeah, the defensive back right there just did a great job of meeting the football at Doty.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Doty was open, but he stayed off and then closed right when he needed to.
And Ty threw a great strike right at him. It's just the defensive back met him at the same time and was able to break the pass up.
So 1:02 remaining in the third quarter. We need a big stop here or a turnover. A turnover would be great right here, as Hoover is going to, punt returner is going to stand at about the 32-yard line. Ortiz going to take a bad snap. Got to get rid of it. He does. Oh, it's a wobbly kick. It's going to take a James Clemens bounce at about the 40. Keep rolling. And it's going to die at the Hoover 31-yard line. So 1st and 10 Hoover from their own 31. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose.
Wow.
I mean.
Goose is in trouble, brother.
Danger zone, people. Talk to me, Goose.
Danger zone is where we are living right now.
So if you know a movie quote, that's all I got to say. That's all I got on that one. If you know the movie, text it to us. 256-434-1727. Win that $10 Honest Coffee gift certificate. Winston takes the snap up the middle. Plenty of room. Bounces, makes another man miss. Slides and is down after a first down. Pickup of 12 on that, all the way out to their own 44.
Right now, Hoover just being Hoover. They found where I guess they felt like we were vulnerable in the first half.
Coach Waldrop dialing up some great offense over there on the Hoover sidelines. So Winston letting that clock run down. There's about 2 seconds difference between the play clock and the game clock, and they're going to be satisfied with letting this be the last play of the third quarter. Going to hand it off to the running back, Dunson. Dunson's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. That's Ruffin getting back there, Jalen Ruffin, to stop him for a yard gain, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Here at Madison City School Stadium, Hoover comes out, scores 21 quickly to take a 28-16 lead over James Clemens. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top-quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Daryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, Hoover with a 12-point lead, 28-16 over James Clemens. Want to congratulate Justin Lynch. You were able to identify our in-flight movie quote. You win a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. Easily identified Talk to Me Goose from
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
You should have been able to easily identify that one.
So 2nd and 9. As Winston's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be drugged down by Big Papa Poe.
You ain't going anywhere with Big Papa Poe on your back.
That was a load. So, Justin, congratulations. You are our maverick for bringing that one in. Congratulations. Go get you a $10 credit at Honest Coffee Roasters. He's our in-flight movie quote winner. And just thankful that Honest Coffee Roasters a sponsor and doing that all season long. We've had fun with that.
Yes.
Lots of fun. So 3rd and 8 could be a huge Woodard Decking and Fencing stop right here for James Clemens. Let's see.
We got to have a stop here.
So Winston going to drop back to pass, looking to throw. He's going to throw it over to number 12.
Oh, my
Sliding
goodness.
catch.
Oh, my gosh.
Number 12
for
Hoover.
He underthrew the football, and 12 slides almost like an outfielder in baseball, right? I mean, he slides because the ball's behind him and makes the catch like over his shoulder as he's sliding away from the football.
And just did a great job.
And makes the catch kind of on top of his shoulder pad there.
So 1st and 10 Hoover after that reception there by number 12. They're going to fake the handoff to him. A dart thrown.
Good job.
Falls incomplete.
Good job.
Pass broken up by Rose. He was there to break that one up. 2nd down on that incomplete pass.
Yeah, good job by Rose right there. He wasn't in position to kind of go finish the route like you would want your cornerback to do, but he kind of goes through his back that time and times it up well with the football getting there and breaks it up.
So Coach Waldrop and his Hoover Bucks staying in this 28-16 with 10:53 remaining in the ball game. James Clemens needs a stop here. Winston with a running back to his right. Going to fake the handoff, keep it himself up the middle. Now bounces it to the outside. Going to be brought down by number 42.
Good job.
DJ Davis.
No. What's the flag going to be?
Well, they're going to say that was a clean tackle.
Yeah, I'm thinking hopefully it's not on the tackle itself. Maybe it's a hold on the offense.
Face mask.
No, there was no face mask on that play.
That is awful. I'm just saying that.
There was no face mask on that play, guys.
I will take a fine on myself. That's a ridiculous call. That is two pitiful calls on this officials tonight that have been.
We have a complete unobstructed view of that play and that tackle, and his hands weren't near the face mask.
I mean, he brought him down from behind.
Yeah.
So how do you get
his hands weren't on the face mask?
So that gives Hoover 1st and 10 inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line of James Clemens. They're going to give it to Emerson up the middle, and that big running back just barrels forward for a nice 6-yard pickup. So 2nd and 4 as they're inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line is Hoover.
Yeah, now time starts to become an issue because, I mean, you're down 12. You got to have a stop here because if you give up another score, now you're talking 3-score difference and the clock winding away.
So Hoover, 2nd and about, let's say 5, 6. They're only going to give him 4 yards on that. So here we go. Winston in the backfield, got Emerson back there with him. Going to hand it off to the big running back again. He's going to lower that shoulder and run through Mark Woods, but able to hold on is Woods, but he still picks up the 1st down.
Man,
I don't know what to say on that one. I mean, he's just a big running back finding that hole.
And we talked about it coming out of halftime. You know, are we going to get a healthy dose of this guy because he's got the freshest set of legs of anybody on that sideline? He's such a powerful runner.
These Birmingham schools, we could talk about what their record is against North Alabama schools if you want, but these kids, it's hard to imagine that this team is 4th place in their region.
Well, it says a lot about the competition they
really
face
does.
week in and week out.
So 2-yard pickup there on the run by Emerson. So 2nd and goal from the 8. So Hoover with an opportunity to put more points on the board here as we're almost at 9 minutes and counting in the 4th quarter.
We really got to have something big happen right here. You got to have a turnover of some kind. You've got to have a big play defensively to get ourselves in a position where you still got a chance to win the football game.
So now you've got Winston in the backfield. Dunson, the other running back, is going to be behind. It's a read option. He's going to pitch it, and he's going to slip and fall. Man, that almost could have been what you were talking about.
Yeah, that opened up the door for us to have that big play, right? The quarterback wasn't sure what to do. He's trying to string it out a little bit longer. You know, if we get an awry pitch right there and we got an opportunity to get on that football, that sets up well for us.
Right.
You know, I think the running back did a great job of just trying to rein the ball in and probably go to the ground.
So 3rd and goal, loss of a yard as they are at the 9-yard line. The play clock is down to almost 10, and they're still getting that play in. Not a whole lot of time. Coach Wade Waldrop, I bet, calls a timeout here.
Well, time.
He is trying to get that clock to get under 8 minutes before they snap, and they do. They take a timeout on the field. So Hoover with their first timeout of the second half with 28-16 score. Hoover on top of James Clemens. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus.
Local high school sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce, Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert, bringing you tonight's action from the booth here at Madison City School Stadium. 28-16 your score. Hoover on top, 3rd and goal from the 9 of James Clemens. Hoover with a chance to almost put this out of reach.
Well, and props to them for the huge third quarter. I mean, James Clemens wins the first quarter 9-7. They win the second quarter 7-0, and they're in great position, right, starting the second half. But Hoover explodes with a 21 straight unanswered points in the third quarter, and now they're set up big if they get a chance to score right here.
So Winston dropping back to pass. Oh, man. Throws it towards the end zone. Caught. They're going to say he's in. He gets foot in. Yep, he got his foot down.
Yep.
Winston with a touchdown pass. Caught in the end zone by number 4, that receiver, Jordan Woolen, with his touchdown reception.
Well, this puts us at a huge disadvantage, right?
7:49.
Yeah, I mean, time is everything now because you're in a huge, huge deficit.
So Hoover trying to put on another point on this extra point try right here. With 28 unanswered points in the second half to take your score. Hoover 35, James Clemens 16. And, Coach, that is just that's a tough deficit with 7:49 remaining in this game.
Well, you hadn't put the nail in the coffin yet, but you're getting it ready.
It's tough. I'd say it's tough. Credit to Waldrop over there. We know he's a great coach because of what he's done.
Absolutely.
Winningest coach in James Clemens history, and Coach McGee is not a slouch. He knows that Hoover team over there because he came from Hoover.
Yeah, he's very familiar with that program, that school, those kids.
Defensive coordinator, won some state titles when he was down there, and came up here after Waldrop left and took over this James Clemens team. Went undefeated in the regular season, his first season here. Then last year was not, necessarily what we wanted, but able to win the region and get into this first round of playoffs. But we've got an uphill battle in this fourth quarter to try to get back into this ball game down 19 points.
Well, you talked about earlier how we always seem to find that period of time in a game where we shoot ourselves in the foot, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
We did that in the third quarter. It just happened to coincide with Hoover exploding offensively and exposing what weaknesses we had. We chose the same time to be quite the detriment to ourselves.
So Hoover comes out with 89. Grant Weigel, the big booted man, he does. Look at that.
Yeah,
all the way into the end zone. Touchback. So James Clemens is going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. So, that was a big boot.
If Coach Truitt's got anything up his sleeve, he's going to pull it out right now. 7:49 left to play. You are most definitely in a 3-score game. We got to go.
You wrapped it up right there. I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, that's exactly the way this is.
Let's go, baby.
So now, do you go back to get away from your offense and start throwing the ball? I mean, that's where you got to do. I mean,
well, you got to score.
We got to get some big plays.
So you can't hold anything back. We got to score, and time is of the essence.
So Marsh throws it, caught by Little, number 18. A.J. Little makes the reception all the way out to the 42, 44-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 44. Huge pass there by Marsh.
Absolutely. He threw a strike. And you know what they haven't seen? They haven't seen us in these formations. They haven't seen us. They've seen it on film, but they've not defended this all night. So let's go to our 2-minute offense. Let's stay in 2-minute offense. Let's see what happens.
So Doty and Cooper split to the far side. Little close to us. Barry in the backfield. Low snap. Ball's on the ground. Marsh, smart, falls right on it.
Yeah.
So he's going to lose, they're going to say 5 yards on the play, so 2nd and 15 on that fumbled snap.
Yeah, but he saved the ball, and we play another down.
So Marsh looks over to the sidelines. Now he's coming out. Goes over to the sidelines. So does Cooper. So Barry is in the backfield. It's going to be a direct snap to Berry already, I can tell. Trips to the far side. That is Doty over there along with Little. I can't get the number of the other person. But we moved quickly on that. Berry throws it over the middle. Caught by
Another
Eggert.
big catch.
Eggert with a beautiful catch across the middle. Close to the first down marker. Berry takes the direct snap and just throws it over to Eggert. Coming across the middle. Picks up the first down. Beautiful 15-yard reception there by Eggert.
You know, the ironic thing is Cam Berry may be just as good of a true passer as Ty Marsh. You know,
really
we've seen him
is.
throw the ball several times throughout the year, and he may be just as good as Ty Marsh. So he's a threat that Hoover doesn't know about throwing the football.
So Berry's going to stay in the backfield along with Doty and Marsh. Little and Cooper split to the far side. Now Doty goes in motion. Going to be pump fake. Marsh got to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked in the backfield by number 47.
Yeah, and it looked like that guy come right across Tim Coleman right there. You saw Coleman in the backfield trying to save that block late.
So Hartley, Justin Hartley, the sophomore from the linebacker position, came in untouched, really, and brought Ty Marsh down for a huge loss on the play of 9. So 2nd and 19, all the way down to the James Clemens 46.
Well, those guys aren't stupid, right?
No.
It's not going to take them long to figure out we can pin our ears back and come after the quarterback right here.
So Marsh with Berry in the backfield. 2 splits to the far, 1 to the near. Marsh looking to throw. Got to get rid of it. He's going to be sacked again. 2 sacks in a row. Just that big defense for Hoover. They're just blitzing now. They know that we've got to throw, and so they're just bringing everybody.
Yeah, and you know we on the flip side, we got to know that we're not going to have a lot of time to stand there in the pocket. We got to get rid of the football in a hurry.
So 3rd down and forever, as it's down to the James Clemens 38. We have to get to the Hoover 35 for a first down, just to give you an idea of how far we've got to go.
Well, let's get this thing across midfield and then just give ourselves a chance on the next down.
So Marsh, shotgun, puts Cooper in motion. Little and Doty split to the far side. Swing pass out to Cooper. Cooper spins, looking to throw. Throws it over. It's going to be picked off. Picked off down the sidelines by number 26 for Hoover.
Yeah, we saw that one coming the way that thing set up. You can't. We tried to kind of run a double reverse right there, or a double pass. Threw a little screen or a little flare pass, and then Cooper's going to throw that ball. Excuse me. We can't throw it back across the field. That ball's just in the air too long for that kind of secondary. Those guys break on the ball way too fast for something like that.
So unless we can get something happening on the defensive side, we're under 5 minutes remaining in the ball game.
And by something happening, we mean an immediate turnover.
Like, it's got to be quick.
Yeah.
It's got to be quick. So over in North Alabama Gas District School Board, Athens down 10 to Oxford, 31-21 in the fourth quarter. The running back, Zero Dunson's going to take it all the way into the end zone, untouched, touchdown, reverses field. That is probably going to do it.
That's the backbreaker. Yep, we had him hemmed up, and then he just kind of backed out of the pile there and broke around the edge. Not sure what our officials are discussing or debating right here.
Update on the North Alabama District School Board is Athens has now closed it within 4, 31-27 with 10:53 left in the fourth quarter.
There you go. Come on, Coach Gross and them Golden Eagles.
So the Golden Eagles, look, now we got a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring Hoover back.
Yep.
So they're going to take that touchdown off the board. So, they're going to say touchdown.
Oh.
Coach is disqualified? Is that what he just said?
I didn't catch that part.
I think he just said coach is disqualified.
Not sure which coach he's talking about.
I mean, the result is a touchdown. The way they were bringing it back to the line of scrimmage, I thought the call was going to be on Hoover, but the touchdown stands. So unsportsmanlike conduct by James Clemens, and the officials have disqualified a coach. We don't know who the coach is.
I don't see any coaches leaving.
I don't either. I imagine Coach McGee's saying, you're going to have to take me out. So
I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know either. I don't know what's going on, but I know that Hoover has come out in the second half and has really just taken over this ball game.
Well, you're absolutely right, and we talked about it in the pregame show. Is don't let a 4-6 record be deceiving.
Yeah.
This is a very good football team who's been searching for an identity the first half of the year, found an identity the second half of the year.
Yep.
And there are some very good football players over there, and they're very well coached.
Yeah.
They're finding ways to compete and win at times.
Yeah, I mean it is remarkable that they've been able to score as many as they have, 35 unanswered points in the second half.
Yeah,
42-16 is your score.
Absolutely.
With 4:07 left to play.
Look, while we got a minute, I would be, remiss if I did not mention a dear family friend and a member of the Sheffield and Shoals community who tragically lost his life last night.
Yeah.
Jason McGee is an athletic trainer at Sheffield High School for, probably about 20 years now.
Yeah.
Close to 20 years, maybe 14, 15 years. And he is a beloved member of that community and that school system. He was just – you could not have met a kinder soul and a better person and a harder-working guy who loved all the kids there and the students and worked harder and closely with coaches and their families and student-athletes. And, man, it's just that community and that school system is hurting and heartbroken right now. Everybody that knew him is heartbroken. And so, offer condolences to his family and friends there in the Shoals community.
Well, with that, Doty's going to field the kickoff at his 4-yard line and breaks it down to the outside. He's got some room. Penalty flags on the play, though. They're going to be a block in the back as Doty returns it all the way out to the 48-yard line. And I tell you, that's just kind of indicative of the second half.
It really is. It has not been the second half for the Jets at all. We just found ways to hurt ourselves.
And we really and again, I go back to that fourth down. You never know.
I agree. It's so hard not to look back on it, but
just one play.
Yes.
But who knows? Who knows? We could have. I don't know. It's been really hard for James Clemens to stop Hoover's offense in the second half.
Very
huge runs by Kamal Amerson, the big running back for Hoover, and he just kind of took it. He and the quarterback Winston have put it on their shoulders and have just made plays, one right after the other in the second half.
Well, if you're going to put it on somebody's shoulders, he's a good one to pick,
he really
right?
is. I tell you, I just don't see how this team finished fourth in their region. Of course, you got Thompson, Hewitt, Trussell, Vestavia.
Yeah.
And so, so Marsh is going to fake the handoff and roll over to the near side, looking to throw it to Cooper. He's got to get rid of it. Spins out, makes one man miss. Oh, he's going to take a sack. The ball pops out. Finally,
Ty's hurt.
Finally, Eggert falls on it, and Ty is hurt. He took a blindside shot as he had his back exposed, and he is still on the field.
Yeah, Ty took a big shot right there, and he's down. Man.
Hoover also has a player down, and, trainers out there for both teams. Got 2 players down, one for each team. Ty Marsh, both of these players, I'd love to see them get up and walk off on their own power. 3:41 remaining in this ball game. Hoover up 42-16. Let's take a quick timeout. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. In Alabama, good sportsmanship is a high school tradition. Whether at home or on the road, make our schools, our communities, and our students proud by displaying positive sportsmanship. Good sportsmanship and positive citizenship are vital in the development of good citizens. The AHSAA gladly welcomes the challenge of being a leader in sportsmanship and in continuing this proud tradition. A public service message from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. When you're searching for a home or selling your current one, you want guidance from someone you trust. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty has been an active member of the Madison-Huntsville area for many years and has a passion for hard work, integrity, and client service. Fallon is a Madison resident, so she's got her finger on the pulse of the community. Check out her listings online at Fallon Sloan, that's FALLONSLONE.choosecapstone.com. or call her at 256-755-0269. Fallon Sloan at Capstone Realty.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. Ty Marsh able to get up under his own power and walk over to the sidelines. He took a big shot on that sack, and now James Clemens behind the chains again. 2nd and 14, direct snap to Berry. Berry trying to find some room, goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. 6 down now. He's down to about the 8. Now you've got a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be something that happened after the play was down. And just kind of looking at Region 3, Vestavia Hills 31-17 over Austin on our North Alabama Gas District School Board. Bob Jones down 49-0 to Hewitt-Trussville. So as this game wraps up here, 42-16 your score, Hoover on top. Region 3, of course, Florence shut out last night by Thompson. They're going to go undefeated in the first round of playoffs and knock out all the North Alabama schools. And so unsportsmanlike conduct play right there at the end of that play. It's going to move us back again. That's against James Clemens.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
those things happen here. I mean, it's tough. You're getting down to the end of this game. You know what the inevitable is.
Yeah.
And for those guys, they know their season's coming to an end. And again, we want to say that none of those hits were egregious, nothing like that. Nobody was trying to, I don't think, injure anybody. But
so Berry looking to pass, throws it out of his end zone towards an Eggert, able to go. Oh, now it's knocked out. Yeah. I thought he had that pass.
It looked like he had a chance at it, but that was going to be a tough one to rein in,
But he was using all of his height to go up, and then finally they knocked it out. So that's going to be 4th down and 17 for James Clemens from their own 4-yard line, as Ortiz is going to come out and punt out of his own end zone with 3:20 remaining in this ball game.
Yeah, this
down
is going to be a
42-6,
tough position
16.
to punt out of. With the game in hand, hopefully, we just get this thing off and
nobody else gets hurt. Marsh was able to get up and walk off under his own power, and
again, to be fair, that was a clean hit.
Oh, it was a clean hit. It was just one of those that.
Well, he never saw that thing coming.
So personal foul called after the play again against James Clemens, half the distance to the goal. So that puts Ortiz standing really at the back at the very. I didn't either. I don't know if we're just doing a little bit of extra, giving it to him at the end kind of thing, but. I don't know, but nevertheless, several penalties right in the row at the end of this ball game, and Ortiz got to do it quick, got to get it out and get this punt off. There's the snap, quick punt. He does. Line drive punt fielded by the 35-yard line. Fair catch called, so Hoover's going to take over with 3:13 remaining at the James Clemens 35. And Coach Waldrop probably is just going to call the dogs off here and just try to get a couple of first downs.
You would think so. Just try and get this clock managed, get it out of here, get the clock wound down, get on the bus, go home with a victory. I mean, this is getting out of here with a round 1 victory is going to be huge when you had an underachieving season. For the Hoover standard, 4-6 is not what you're looking for. But this would be a huge success to get a round 1 win and get ready to play whoever round 2 is going to be for them.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Hewitt-Trussville for them.
Yeah.
So they're going to get to face Hewitt-Trussville, who beat them earlier in the season, finished number 2 in Region 3 down there in Birmingham. So they get to travel, go back to Hewitt-Trussville. Had we won, we would have hosted Hewitt-Trussville.
Yeah.
So Hewitt-Trussville with a big win tonight over Bob Jones, shutting them out. The last score we got was 49-0. So, man, so that just got out of hand quickly for them as well. As Hoover lines up in a tight formation, Coach Waldrop taking all of his starters out smartly, and running back up the middle, quarterback takes a direct snap. That's number 14. That is Anderson Howard, the senior quarterback for Hoover, and he just gets the first down and runs the clock.
That's all you want to do. Get that clock running.
So none of the quarterback that we thought we were going to see was not the quarterback we got. We thought we were going to see shoe block, number 10 for Hoover, but he did not come in the ball game. Instead, they went with a speedy Jonah Winston, who had been playing wide receiver. He's a junior. And I tell you, if I'm Coach Waldrop, that's who I go with next week.
Well, the last several games, they've been doing what we saw tonight.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year they did. They started out with kind of a different offensive look. They started out with a different quarterback, a different system, and, with the intent of doing something different offensively altogether. And, didn't have success with it. So they're they're searching for an identity. They're looking for ways to be successful. And I think this is what they felt gave them the best chance to win. It's been successful for them.
So 2nd and 7, as the clock is under 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on the play clock. As we're under 2 minutes left to play in the ball game, just going to let this clock run out as the quarterback lines up, takes the direct snap, runs it up the middle. He's got himself a hole, falls forward. Jennings brings him down, picks up 4 or 5 yards on the play. He's going to bring 3rd down and short for Hoover at about the James Clemens 11-yard line.
You talked about Region 3 is going to sweep, round 1, and that's not uncommon.
No, it's not.
I mean, it's kind of been the trend. I mean, you may have already thrown it out.
I did not.
Since 7A play began in 2014, North Alabama teams are 4-31 against Birmingham area teams.
In playoffs.
In playoffs.
Do you know what James Clemens' records is in that?
Ooh.
I do. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, enlighten us.
3-7. So James Clemens owns 3 of those 4 wins.
That's impressive.
So they'll drop to 3-8 against Birmingham teams.
Okay.
In playoff action after tonight, but James Clemens owns the majority of those wins against Birmingham schools in playoff action since 7A started.
All right, well, let's talk JC and Hoover.
Well, we know what happened the last time Hoover came up here in the playoffs.
Do we?
Robbie Ashford, who is now the quarterback at Auburn, in overtime, beat James Clemens 23-20.
23-20. That was in 2019.
I remember seeing it happen in this corner end zone as he keeps it and runs it himself.
So James Clemens is 0-2 all time versus Hoover.
After tonight?
After tonight, 0-3.
So that we're at 11 seconds as Hoover gets. I don't know if we get the first down or not. So they gave Hoover the first down. That's not going to matter. As soon as they move the chains, it's 1st and goal for Hoover from the 9-yard line. But 11 seconds remaining in this ball game. Hoover's going to take a knee. They're not even going to have to take a knee. The clock's going to run out. That's going to do it. Your final score at Madison City School Stadium. Hoover with a huge, and I mean huge, second half, 35 unanswered points to win this ball game, 42-16. Hoover will move on to the second round of the 7A playoffs as they go to Hewitt-Trussville next week, as Thompson and Vestavia Hills are going to play next week. And North Alabama schools all come home and prepare for 2024. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll wrap this thing up. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
Bankston Motorhomes, with locations in Alabama and Tennessee, carries an extensive inventory of motorhomes, including Class A diesel, Class A, Class B, and Class C motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and tent campers from manufacturers like Tiffin Motorhomes, Fleetwood, Forest River, and many more. Bankston Motorhomes also has an experienced service department to help you with any service work or parts or accessories you need. Bankston Motorhomes, Huntsville, Florence, Albertville, Ardmore, and Nashville, helping families like yours build memories for over 40 years. Call 1-800-624-2899 or visit them online at bankstonmotorhomes.com.
Ever thought you'd like to have a nice privacy fence or deck, but thought it would be just too expensive? Think again. Woodard Decking and Fencing will have you throwing that backyard party before you know it. They offer top quality wood, wrought iron, aluminum, chain link, and vinyl fencing, along with decks of any style at affordable prices. They'll treat your yard as if it were their own. Commercial services are available too. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Look them up on Facebook and see what they can do for you. You can also give Daryl a call at 256-652-9234. Woodard Decking and Fencing. Greg Machen Photography is Madison's premier studio and is dedicated to making you look your best, offering everything from senior portraits to weddings. Greg Machen Photography provides the highest quality prints and services the industry has to offer. Call 461-0827 or visit them online at gregmachenphotography.com. Located at 8006 Old Madison Pike in Madison, Greg Machen Photography. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's tailgate talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus as we wrap up this opening round playoff action here in 7A Alabama State playoff. And Hoover with a big victory, 42-16 to knock James Clemens out of the 7A playoffs. And the Birmingham schools continue their dominance over North Alabama area schools. And just a huge win here for Coach Waldrop. He's won a lot here at this stadium and continue. Yeah. The last time we saw Coach Waldrop, he was coaching at Florence, and we got a win.
Yeah.
So he's 1-1 basically against his old team. But this one tonight was the big one, and Hoover Bucks come in and really just put us on us.
Well, they did and they didn't. I felt like we did a great job in the first half. I mean, you can tell that our coaches worked a great game plan. They did a great job, spending the 2 weeks preparing and planning. And I thought it was an excellent game plan. I thought it was well thought out. I thought it was well executed by our guys. We put in some things that obviously gave Hoover some problems.
Yeah.
And then we had some things go our way, like the block punt. And then I felt like defensively, man, our guys really, really had the upper hand playing defensively. We talked about two good defensive teams. Our defense certainly won the first half.
Yeah, absolutely.
We stuck it to them defensively. So as far as the first half goes, James Clemens wins.
Right.
Now coming out from the locker room, different story.
Yeah, you can't just play 24 minutes of the first half.
No, so moral victory doesn't count. Second half was all Hoover. We wanted to take the wind out of their sails quick, and instead we just only helped to inflate those sails.
Yeah.
They went on that 21-point run in the third quarter, and they never looked back. And we did not do anything. We couldn't even poke a hole in the sails.
No, you're right. You're right. And, I mean, it really started – if you really think about the second half, of course, they drove basically the length of the field on the opening kickoff of the third quarter.
Yep.
And then Pooch kicked it, and we let that ball fall around, and then they picked it up, and they scored again.
Yep.
And then it just the wheels fell off.
That's correct.
And it just was really unfortunate, and that's going to end the James Clemens Jets really a positive season. I know this was this is still a young team. I mean, I know we've got some defenders that are going to go play next level ball in Nate Jennings and Jalen Brown and even Mark Woods is he's got some offers. I know he got an offer from Jack State. I'd heard that he was looking to go towards play for the Gamecocks. So
I think he's leaning that way.
I think he is. So that having those that level of defensive caliber player, it makes a difference. And Coach McGee, being a defensive coach, you could tell that he's made a difference in these kids' lives. And
no question.
It's still we're going to lose a couple of players next year offensively, but still something to build off of for 2024.
No question. And we've mentioned it several times this year about the experience that some of those guys got last year having to step up in roles that they weren't ready for.
Right.
We weren't ready for them to step up into, but they did. They had to. pay dividends this year.
I think so.
We're very much veteran-led defensively. That's going to show early next year, but that's what spring football's for.
That's right.
That's what preseason's for, right? So we'll get those things shored up, getting ready for next year. Disappointing end for these guys because they have shown so much progression and growth throughout this year. They did come up with big wins, going over and taking Sparkman down when Sparkman was at their peak.
Right.
Battling through Huntsville early in the year when Huntsville was showing a lot of promise. Playing a pretty good first half against a really good Muscle Shoals team.
Oh, yeah.
Being in a heavyweight fight with Mountain Brook early in the year. Starting the year against a Gardendale team that was tough.
Yeah.
A gritty Gardendale team that they had to really stay in the fight and then come back and win that game late. They've at Florence. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
coming back.
Yeah, being down under the thumb of Florence that entire game and having to get really creative. So the team has shown a lot throughout the course of the year, and they found ways to win, and kudos to them for earning the region championship because they really did earn it. Kudos to the coaches and the players because they did. They earned the region championship, and that should be celebrated. I know this is disappointing, and it stings right now because – they probably feel like this is a game that they let get away from them.
And I agree. I think that when they go back and they look at this film, they'll see how dominant dominant.
The defense was.
Defensive was in the first half. We had a really good game plan.
Yeah.
We were slowing the game down, keeping Hoover's offensive weapons off the field, and making some big fourth down stops in the first half. Coach Waldrop and his Hoover Bucks team went in there, made some halftime adjustments, and they came out, and they were hitting on all cylinders, and we just couldn't stop.
No.
We just really couldn't.
Yeah, we didn't have an answer for them second half.
Yeah. So what that does is takes us to the point of the post-game show where we give a couple of things away. We're going to give away our Lawlers Fan of the Week. Now, this is the final Lawlers Fan of the Week for the year, and we want to congratulate all of our previous winners. And tonight, the Lawlers Fan of the Week gets a gift card from Lawlers Barbecue. Tonight, our winner is Deborah Dawes. Deborah, congratulations. You are our Lawlers Fan of the Week. You were in online to PASplus.net and entered your name. So keep that in mind next year as we bring James Clemens football right here on PAS Plus in 2024. Sign up to be the Lawlers Fan of the Week. Now, on to our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game. You mentioned defense, Coach. And defense has been key all year long. We kind of named this defense the dogfighting D, the swarming dogfighting D, and they were led on the front line by Poe, by Jennings, by Brown. But in the secondary, there was one that tonight probably saved. He's had a great season all year long, and we know he's kind of leaning towards Jack State. But tonight, I think he had one of his best games.
He did. He really did have. Well, he just took on a different level tonight, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned it earlier, when the pressure's on and it's a big game atmosphere, he tends to step up and tends to thrive.
Yeah.
And Mark Woods tonight made several plays where he just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And last year we seen him in those yellow gloves, and you'd see him, he'd come like a streak, across the field, and we could pick him out really quickly.
Yeah.
Tonight he made some big plays that saved some big plays offensively in that first half, some big-time tackles that just saved some big gains.
Yeah.
Mark Woods had a heck of a game tonight, and he definitely is deserving of the Player of the Game award.
So, Mark Woods, congratulations. You are our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Our featured Jet gets a gift card to Mellow Mushroom where he can enjoy one of those fabulous pizzas or calzones or maybe a salad. Maybe he wants to say salad and get in shape for next level football,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go get pizza, though.
Mark's going to put on some weight at the next level. That's what they're going to do to him.
Well, I tell you, that I want to, as we close out this broadcast, Coach, I want to tell you thank you for doing this again this year. We missed the fourth member of our Taziki's touchdown team, did we miss him? I miss him. But not.
We did.
There's Coach
no
Johnny.
question.
We missed you having you here tonight.
He keeps me calm.
He keeps us all calm.
Yeah.
He does. He brings that, but unfortunately, we're not going to have him back this year. So we got to get ready for next year.
Next year it is. This is a joy. I mean, I really look forward to doing it, and I hate to see it come to an end. I don't know what we're going to do. There's been some requests out there for us to do basketball games. I don't see that happening.
Well, we can't because Coach Johnny does. He's the PA guy for the PA. So we can't have him.
And I don't know anything about basketball, so people do not want to hear that.
No, you're just hearing me go. Why did he shoot for three?
Yeah, It'll be the most random commentary from me if we're sitting at a basketball game.
Well, I do know that in the spring we'll be out to cover some softball action, which you are very close to as the head coach of the varsity softball team here at James Clemens. We'll also do some baseball action with Coach Johnny Johnson. So looking forward to the spring ball as this football season comes to an end.
We're close, man. I mean, we got one more week of school, and then we go to Thanksgiving. And then you're talking like 2 weeks of school. We're at Christmas break, and when we come back from Christmas break, it's time to rock and roll.
Candy bar the doors, man. You're on. It's time for the round ball to hit with the ball.
We're closer than we realize to getting those spring sports rolling. I mean, it's almost on us.
Well, any final thoughts tonight as we wrap up?
Well, again, just want to congratulate those coaches and players and all the staff. I mean, so much work goes into the football season that people don't realize. I mean, people don't know what work that our athletic director, Jason Watts, does in getting every game day ready, from lining up, Hempsey to be here every night to hanging banners to making sure the ROTC program is here to handle trash and set up. I mean, it's crazy how many people and programs are involved in just getting game day production put on. Clay Coleman, it does a wonderful job. I mean, you can go on and on and on for everybody, but congratulations to our coaches and our players for the job that they did. It is a grind for them. Mm-hmm. And they've done a wonderful job this year. For us up here in the booth, I mean, again, it is an enjoyable experience. It's something we look forward to every week. So I'm definitely going to miss being with you guys every week. I thank you for the opportunity.
Well, it's great to have you up here, Coach Johnny Johnson. We miss you, and we wish you were here tonight. But we know why you're out there in Texas, and congratulations to your former coach getting into the Hall of Fame out there in Texas, and just it's been a blast for us here. I can speak for Tim, our producer, that we're so thankful to have you guys, both of you coaches, up here helping us out. It makes my job a whole lot easier.
Well, we thank you and all of our wonderful sponsors who have made it such a great experience for us all.
And listen, hey, if you're out there listening and you're up here coming up next year for to catch a football game, just look for the banner with our faces on it next year. And come up here and tell us, hey, we'd love to hear from you. Hey, that's going to wrap it up here for us here at Madison City School Stadium. For Coach Brad Kimbrough, for our non-Coach Johnny Johnson, who's absent tonight. For Tim Lambert, our producer, I'm Kirk Pierce. Thanks for tuning in. Your final score, Hoover 42, James Clemens 16. You've been listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
You've been listening to James Clemens High School Football. If you'd like to download a copy of tonight's game, log on to pasnetwork.net. James Clemens High School Football is a production of Play Action Sports.